Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ESL Guild Wars 2 Pro League. My name is Smudgeballs, and this is Jebro. And this is kind of Orange Logo's opportunity to prove that they are still a team that can compete for one of those top 4, top 3 spots, because it feels like Orange Logo, to some extent, have kind of fallen from grace. They were this massive team that everyone was kind of expected to do very well in the Pro League, but in Season 1, they didn't really show up that much. But here we go. Starting split has already begun. We're going to see each team send 1-2 home, and by the looks of things, maybe could have a massive 4 vs 4 in the mid lane, or in the mid of the map. But we're going to see
It's Rom at the moment, yeah. He has to use his super speed there to just jump out and stun break to make sure he's going to be up and alive there. Sneak Gyro pops off as well, gets rid of a couple of conditions, but obviously that's still up and in the mix at present. But let's have a look at the rest of them. Actually, Rom is going to get focused down hard here. Elixir S-Proc comes out as well, looking for some support coming out from Tage and the rest of the team to make sure that he's going to be okay, and they're going to make sure that he is indeed okay, with some great support coming out for him as well. Defense field coming out from RG there as well. Let's jump into RG's perspective and see what's going down with him. The real focus now is down on to Rom. The res comes out and he is good, and he is back into the team fight. We're going to see blue team rocking up with the Earth Attunement, of course, trying to bring up some stability and survivability as well. But Rom getting hard focused here, as he is obviously the newbie to the Ranger class, to the Engineer class, of course, compared to RG on the other team.
Absolutely. Rom is going to be going down as well. So good focus from Vermilion. Good teamwork out of Orange Logo to try and keep him alive for so long. They did do a decent job of keeping him up, but does go down in the end. And in fact, both side nodes have been won by Vermilion while this whole fight was going on. Vermilion are already running away with this game. We're only a minute and a half in. Denshi now going to be the next focus target. Tage trying to get near, but I don't think he's going to be able to get anything like a res on. Triffin just going to secure, like, he'll make sure he can't res himself and move on to another fight.
Free cap is real. And Orange Logo, this is not their favourite map in the first place either. Slick Shoes comes out from Rom. They try and make sure they take someone out down potentially on the bridge, or at least to try and get back to even up this fight over towards this altar node. We see portals dropped as well as we go back out towards the mid, but everyone is in downstate here. Well, everyone is going down, unfortunately, as Syndrome obviously dropped into downstate as well. Playing Mesmer, of course. It feels like on this map they could have maybe even just got away with Syndrome just playing Thief, just because it is not the greatest map in the world for them. Maybe you trying to mix something up here. But Syndrome downstated and out of the game. Feroz over on the other side of the map, getting the decap there versus RG, obviously trying to do what he can to stall the point income for Vermilion, but they are powering ahead now with 159 towards 0 for Orange Logo. They really need to pull something out of the bag here to come back into this map.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I feel like they just need to try and regroup, maybe just step back as a team, kind of get all 5 of your men on the map together and then work out what you want to do from there. Maybe just go straight for your home node and try and push out from that point, because at this stage it really doesn't feel like they have a cohesive plan for the rest of this game. Looks like Temple is well on the way to becoming in possession of Vermilion once more. So the 2-cap again going to come into play. A massive fight over towards mid, but Feroz did go down over at the Temple in the end in that 2v1.
They've got the focus down to Frostball. Actually, he hasn't got anything left at all other than Moa, which he could use defensively here, but good damage focus coming out from the team of Orange Logo. Now that's good. Now at the beginning, they're getting the res though. This is not too bad. Really low. And we are going to see a nice Moa coming out, and Snowball does have to just distance himself from this fight. Might be nice for someone to get some damage on there, but no one's available. Rom coming in there as well as Syndrome, and they do get the finish off onto Frostball. It's not too late. Stillness comes up mid-top, and we are waiting for someone to just try and bring that out at the moment, but no one going for it at present. Feels like someone from Orange Logo could be going for that to at least negate the fact that the red team wouldn't be able to go for it anyway. So here we do see the 1v1 going on over that point. Let's have a look quickly on the other side of the map actually as well, as Curve is now keeping Tage busy on the cap that is currently being held by the red team. I'm not sure about this tactic at the moment from Tage. He feels like he really needs to be involved in the fights more, especially in the team fight, but at least they're keeping Curve out of the fights, which, you know, isn't too bad in the first place and hasn't actually been doing them too badly.
Yeah, Feroz versus Triffin over at the buffs, but Feroz is really not doing so hot in this 1 versus 1. And honestly, if Vermilion can get this buff, it might just be curtains so early on in this game. Vermilion already halfway to victory right now. Feroz narrowly escaping with his life, and his heal will come back off cooldown, so he should be A-okay for now. I want to take a quick look at where Curve is, because he's not feeling all too healthy either. Looks like there's a huge fight going on towards the gate, but All in all, it's definitely still feeling in favour of Vermilion. Although we do see Orange Logo have managed to get the gate, and both of the side caps are going to be neutral, but it's going to be Denshi now who's in trouble and will get dropped into the downstate over towards that midpoint.
Back up.
Yeah, it does manage to get the res.
Yeah, nice job from the blue team at the moment. Surviving very, very well at the moment without their main support. Rom and Denshi
pulling back in. They've got 2 cap.
Yeah, they should be able to do it quite easily here, actually. Another minute and 20 seconds until Tranquility comes up. Syndranir and Farrell's now trying to push RG away. This is good damage on him, and RG needs to get away. But unfortunately, Dench is going to be dropped into downstate, but he will come back up. Tage getting downed over towards the altar as well. A very important kill as their support is out. But the thing is, he wasn't being used in a very supportive way. Just reminds me how he used to play Bunker Guardian back in the day, and he just used to sit on a cap and was there for so long, but someone needed to be there so that the decap wouldn't come out. But now Denshi going down over towards this midpoint, no one to rescue him at all, and Syndranir is also running back over towards Stillness. He shouldn't be able to get this here, and doesn't indeed, as Snowball gets some damage off there from his Fortune.
Yeah, Triffin going to be arriving on the scene as well to make sure Sin can't do anything more on this buff, and will have to just try and blink away from this one and try and get himself to safety. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to get away with this one. Does finally get caught out, and Snowball will be able to finish that kill off. And actually, this is really bad news. Feroz is going to arrive on this scene for Orange Logo just to make sure that Stillness cannot be picked up. But I mean, they're just outnumbered, and it's still a 2 cap in favour of Vermilion right now. Nobody anywhere near the gate, so that's just going to be taking points over. But a nice decap will come out from Tage over towards the altar. But the temple is where the fight is going on right now, as it's Rom versus RG, but there are reinforcements in the form of Triffin entering.
I mean, they're really trying to take advantage of the fact that Rom is a new engineer. You know, normally we see him play Ranger or Warrior. Warrior obviously in the place it's in, and Ranger kind of in the place it's in as well, in all honesty. But let's have a look downstairs. This is really their last chance to come back, and if anyone can do it, of course, Orange Logo are the team. Orange Logo do lose Rom over on the temple. He obviously goes downstated and finished off. That means 2Cat comes back into these guys, and they really need the switch up now to make sure they can come back into this map. Denshi up top as well, trying to help out towards Stillness and watching the altar, but unfortunately not able to actually be able to do that. Snowball gets the pretty easy decap, in all honesty, and now Farrell's gets the cap downstairs over towards the mid as well.
Just does he get the cap though? We're going to see it's going to be Curve entering that fight for mid, and he might just be able to deny the cap on the gate. Does do so. So Orange Logo again don't get a cap on the board on this one. Sin just desperately trying to stay in this fight for Tranquility, but he's not going to be able to. He's just going to have to try and kite his way away. Denshi as well, incredibly low over towards the altar. It's going to be Snowball actually in a 2 versus 1 though, so maybe needs to be a little bit careful on this one.
Look at this though. Syndranir downstated down below means that Frostball can get the easy decap, easy cap actually of the buff, and all nodes will turn to Red's favour. To be honest, they pretty much had the map anyway, and in that stalemate situation, of course, you know, they were already winning the map because they had Temple. They just had that 1 point ticking and ticking and ticking, and Syndranir was low HP when he jumped down into that fight versus Frostball, and you're going to be going against the man who's played Mesmer for forever, since we can actually remember, versus Sin, who obviously Mesmer isn't his main, well, it is his main at the moment, but it isn't his main class. And if you're going to pit those two against each other, you're going to give it to Frostball every time. Yeah,
it's not something that he's been playing for a very long time, so there's definitely still things that he needs to be learning on that class. But it looks like Vermilion might just have sealed this game for themselves. I saw a nice little play from Triffin as well when he was 1v1 for Raws there. Used his elite skill just to get the execute. Used that stun, I can't remember what it's called, but used it like at max range just to finish off the kill onto Feroz. But
the nice Jade. We love that Jade.
It's going to be 25 points remaining though. Vermilion very much they get the stillness, so that's just going to speed up how quickly they can finish this game. There's the 3 cap as well, and it is going to be the first map of the second week going the way of Vermilion. Now obviously it is a best of 3, so Orange Logo aren't out of the running just yet.
But I feel like Orange Logo, maybe even this season, need to just bring something to the table that's completely different to everyone else. But hey ho.
As well with Thief, you can catch people off guard. It is that kind of that kind of profession that really can ruin things. But actually, Frostball has been found out here. Just get caught by the mower. And actually, this could be a really good early kill coming out
there we
for
go,
Orange
my
Logo.
friend.
Straight into the downstate. Don't know if they're going to be able to finish him off.
No,
yes, they do.
Get
the stomp. So, Orange Logo, you said that they're good at getting these kills. You said they're good at fighting.
Indeed.
Proving it entering this map.
Yeah, straight away. I'm quite quite actually happy that they did that. And now they want to snow, but already, first 30 seconds of the game, they just want to rinse this into their hand, and they want to take him out as soon as possible. Just keep bouncing off those kills, get the 4-man on the map, and make sure they can control it that way. Rom now versus Triffin over on the midpoint as well isn't too bad for Rom at all. He can sustain that for a little bit, but he's going to be on the side of the Revenant at the moment with that massive amount of burst damage, and now Denshi having quite a few problems here over towards the mine node. Tage is in position to support, so is Syndra here as well, so they need to be very, very careful how they approach you. So you see that distortion, which is so important to sustain those team fights and make them more elongated, I suppose. But now we are going to see Denshi coming in for the down, and also we're going to see Rom going down as well. And Tage can do nothing about this at present, unfortunately, trying to bring up some stability there while overloading in the Earth Attunement. Curve drops quite low, but he's going to be absolutely fine. And that 1v1, unfortunately, is going to be lost there as well, as RG goes a 1v1 versus Farrells on the other side of the map. Fully confident there that he's going to be able to hold back RG, and does a fantastic job in doing so.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as we say Orange Logo, this great team fighting team, they immediately lose a team fight. Yeah. Rom, Denshi both ended up going down, and that's meant that Vermilion now have a 2-cap. We're going to see Feroz actually in a little bit of trouble here as RG looks to try and finish off this kill, and he will be able to do so. There's no one anywhere near to get a res onto this one. Feroz will be going down. So another kill going the way of Vermilion. They already have the 2-cap, the 80 points on the board already, as Curve looking to try and get onto the Henge, and he will have the support of his teammate there already, Snowball on the scene. But 4 versus 5 on the map in favor of Vermilion, but Orange Logo managed to get the decap at mid.
Yeah, we got that's a good decap at least, and now they have to push someone into that node, into that 1v1, of course. So over on this side on the Henge, obviously we want to see the Orange Logo for themselves try and take the advantage here as they get the nice focus down onto Curve, but the support comes out from Snowball and Tage here for those team members. So massive changes really should start to occur over on the mine and mid, as we see Moa coming out onto Frostball yet again. They're doing good with their Moa control actually, and they're really punishing Frostball. That's the second time it's been taken nice knockback as well by Feroz there, and they finish him off and take down. Yeah, Curve on the other side of the map. This is where they need to keep going. They need to keep bashing through the map, getting those kills. They go for the decap as well, because it's important to make sure they're getting those cap points to come back into the game. Vermilion still got the focus down onto Dench, but no one from the blue team is really moving too hard over towards this Henge node, and Denshi does go down.
To be quite honest, I'm surprised they got Curve down in the first place there. That was a 3 versus 2, so it really wasn't in favor of Orange Logo. But Triffin now going to be the one dropped into that downstate, and they should be able to finish this one off. Frostball shouldn't be able to get any kind of res, and they will be able to do so. So that is a crucial kill coming out for Orange Logo. They get control of that mine as well. And now with a 2-cap advantage, this could be their way back into the map. While they have this extra man advantage in Triffin being down, they have to make things happen.
Yeah, indeed. The midpoint is where they want to keep control right now as well, and they push team members away, and that's the 2-cap now, and Orange Logo, this is going to allow them to come back. But here, what do? Are they going to go for the push onto their home node over on the Henge? This is going to be an interesting movement now from Tage and Dench, because if they get caught out here, they could be taken out, and that means Vermilion could just bring the map back into their favor. They just want to hold the caps, try and maybe just push like they are. But Denshi is still dropping quite low here. I know he's got Shroud left and everything else, but, you know, they need to be extremely careful. And Curve actually drops pretty low himself. Ripashard comes out as well from Orange Logo's side. But decap happens over on the mid and the mine node versus Orange Logo. So while those two have been held up on the other side of the map, my focus is completely drawn as almost goes down the Licks S procs.
There he goes.
And just gets absolutely battered in the face there by Triffin. Wow, Nothing says it like a stave in the face, apparently.
That's how you kill an engineer right there. He will end up going down and over towards the quarry as well now. Oh, the mine, sorry. It is a 2-cap overall in favor of Vermilion, and if they can win this fight over on this side of the map as well, they're going to be looking to at least seal out the early portion of this game. Curve going to be the first one to drop, though. That's over towards the Henge. So Vermilion looking to continue that fight. And again, it's a 3v2. They keep on just managing to get these +1s.
This over here right now, I mean, I know they're keeping Snowball and Curve out of the fight, but it just almost feels like a little bit of a waste, to be fair, because they've started to lose their entire map and they've lost everything now. And now Denshi and Tage is pulling away and out of that. Denshi actually might go down, and Rom is actually distanced himself quite far away from him. Should be able to get the res here. But even Denshi and Rom there, just getting lost while the red team are freely picking off Denshi. Like, this support at the moment, it's very difficult for Rom to get so close. He doesn't want to get sprung on by Triffin too hard either.
RG has overcommitted for this one. While they were trying to get into Denshi, RG has gone down and should be finished off as well. So that's a nice kill for Orange Logo, but they've got to make things happen now. They've got to get control of the map once more. Still a 2-cap in favor of Vermilion, and they have to look to turn this into more kills. You're absolutely right in Triffin being next, but his heal was used, and that is just going to top him back up to full HP once more. Over towards the keep now. Massive team fight going on. Sin seems to be the target.
Yeah, I mean, right now here as well, can you remember on the last map when we saw, you know, Temple was just kind of clicking away, getting them cap points. And again, it's the same thing. It's even the right side node. Mine is just grabbing Orange Logo a ton of points. And now Syndrome comes over towards the mine, but so does Frostball through the portal. And there's nothing, there's a counter portal there, and there's nothing Syndrome can do other than wait for maybe Frostball to go back through and then come back himself. Now Triffin and Farrell's 1v1. Maybe Farrell should just try and take this and see if he can take him out here.
The thing is, we've already seen this 1v1 multiple times in this series, and Feroz hasn't won it just yet. He keeps on losing out. Triffin again jumps in. Frostball there to, I think, steal the killing blow on that one.
Tap him on the face and say bye, mate.
Oh, Snowball goes down.
This is a good kill, actually. And Syndrome getting the port up top. Sneaky res from above as what from below, and puts Distortion down. And of course, his teammate gets that as well. So fully protected there. Helps the down target to survive. And this is really good job from Vermilion at the moment in terms of they're getting, sometimes they are overcommitting a little, but they're not really losing out too hard here. They're able to sustain the map and come back. Now we've got the 1-cap coming out from Orange Logo as well, and
do you think maybe that with the couple of times we've seen Vermilion sort of overcommit on this map, Syndrome are going to go down on this midpoint. Tage going to be there. I think he should be able to get the edge. No, I say that. He just finishes that kill off. RG going to be the next target over towards the side, but should be able to get to the rest of his team. Maybe I say that actually. He's in a little bit of trouble right here. Heal is about to come off cooldown. You're absolutely right, and we'll be able to survive this fight in the end. But Denshi might not be so lucky that Condis are stacking on up, and he will go into downstate. They should be able to finish that kill off. Orange Logo, they have to prove to us that they are this team fighting team right now, because so far they keep on losing out to Vermilion.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, and as well, Rom had to escape out of that. You saw he couldn't do much in terms of trying to help out Denshi there as well. And this has got to be fairly frustrating for Orange Logo, but they are getting the decap here over on the other side of the map. Although mid has just been recapped, of course, as well by Vermilion. So still 1 cap apiece. They need to rob them of a cap and try and come back and stall out.
The mine is going the way of Orange Logo, and it does just get capped before the answer is there. Tage is going to go down. Snowball already channeling the stomp. Tage is going to be able to use...
through the stealth as well. Good job with the sneak gyro from Rom. So that's good. I know it sounds like it's really, really simple, but that's a good combination coming out from those guys.
It's about the coordination between players, isn't it? Exactly. Knowing that you're going to set that play
especially
up.
For Rom being a new engineer. Like in high pressure situations, it's important that he gets those kind of combinations off. But the thing is, when that happens, is Denshi then goes down. So it's working on team survival while that happens. But the thing is, because Tage has gone downstate, you know, they can't bring out the support that they need to keep him back in the fight. So this is where Orange Logo are having a lot of their problems at the moment, sustaining themselves long enough to do something with a kill, to do something with a 2-cap that they get, because it seems to be reversed very quickly by Vermilion every time they get a tiny sliver of hope in terms of an advantage. And now we're going to see Farrell's drop as well. He should drop here. Actually doesn't. Good job. Just as I say that, he is probably going to go down. But Rom's doing a good job of just body blocking almost as well, and trying to bring out the heal and support, blocking some of that damage coming in. And obviously now he's going to be completely fine.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get away with that one. His heal is up in just a second as well. So
that's game, though, isn't it?
Should be A-OK. I say should be A-OK. Just gets absolutely dropped while his heal was available, and will get finished off as well. Rom now as well was in that 2 versus 2 and just has to try and bail, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away with it. Does get finished off. Triffin just going to stack up some condis to make sure that he is going to go down, but 3 cap the way of Vermilion. Second game in the row they're going to finish with 3 points in their favor. They're going to stack that up to 500 points and take this first series of the day 2-0 with a convincing victory on both maps. Honestly, really giving Orange Logo a tutorial in how to play Guild Wars.
Very powerful as well. So, you know, there's a lot of defense in terms of that. Problem is they don't have a Mesmer, they don't have a Portal, they don't have that AoE distortion that we saw coming out from Vermilion permanently popped last game, which helped in terms of the survival and actually moving through with those team fights, finishing them off. So we're going to have to watch out for Ken Scout, see the players that he brings out for this team, like you say.
Yeah, absolutely. And take a look at this. Already something that I can see coming out from Car Crash, which wasn't necessarily the case last season, is we're starting to see all of the teams stack those boons as they leave the base. Now, we kind of only saw that at rank 55 and Vermilion right at the start of the game in Season 1, and you can already see that the other teams are stepping up now and starting to get to that same level of play. Levin just narrowly escaping with his life right there as he's in a 3 versus 2. Texby arrived, going to make that a 2 versus 3, but still not exactly in favor of rank 55. So in theory, this should be the Temple going the way of Car Crash.
Look at Texby. I mean, he's just going to be taken really low here, downstate as well. Is there anything Levin can do to come in for the save? Yeah, Mancow as well comes in, but that's Texby done and gone. And Zan actually getting down to about half HP elsewhere on the map as well. Let's just have a look where he is, down over towards the midpoint versus Can Scout here as well. Obviously, the engineer going down that low doesn't really matter, but Oracle does get picked up. Posey dropping quite low as well. Distortion comes out. Oracle's going to be fine as he gets his heal off as well, but it doesn't really be chased down too hard by Reaper Shroud because there's not much he can do when he's in that Shroud, of course. And now Posey can distance himself a little bit. He needs to make sure, but the conditions are going to finish him off. But Nak is pushing away the Oracle. Whoa, so low. Actually almost feels like he went into downstate there for a second and just came back up. That was a bit odd there, actually. I think a little bit of an interesting error on my screen. But we are going to see as well, this is the 1v1 we're talking about. But look who's got the 2 cap at the moment. That is going to be the team of Car Crash.
It certainly is, and we said Car Crash might actually step up to the plate this time. So far, they're doing a fantastic job. The decap does come out, though, on the altar from rank 55, so they're going to be able to get themselves back into this game, and it is going to be 1 cap apiece, and it's going to be all about this fight over towards the gate.
Search and rescue.
Nag is going to go down with search and rescue, as you say. Comes into play. Texby going to be dropping, though, over towards the gate, and Posey might just be able to finish this one off. Function Gyro is going to be dropped, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and Texby will end up falling. So again, Car Crash find themselves with an advantage in this fight towards mid.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job, like you said, at the moment as well. They're getting these kills, which is still keeping them in the head of the lead. They've stayed alive when they lost that point over towards the altar, and this is where the Ranger is bringing it out for this team. But Nak does get a lot of control onto himself as well as we go into his position. But he's doing absolutely fine, gets back up to almost full HP using that heal, of course, as well. And then the damage is going to be going back over onto the other team. But we are going to see Blackjack does get hard focus here. He's going to be able to just stealth out using the gyro, I do believe. Does come back out of that stealth, but look at the cleave that comes out from rank 55, and Car Crash don't want to risk this. They don't want to give them that lead so early, the comeback so early in this game. They're only 60 points ahead, which is not much at the moment. Blackjack's still trying to get res by this team. This is too risky, and Nagdak goes down as well, and Super's going to risk it. Oh, this was a really dangerous move by Car Crash to go for that, and they should have just left him in the wind there to go down, to be honest, because they're going to lose more team members here as Super tries to get away. He just needs to escape that, and
he's been on so little HP for so long. But you can't commit to a res when their entire team is there just cleaving away. There's 2 already in downstate. Super did manage to escape from the fight, but he's only going to be going to a node that's already capped for them. And now it's going to be rank 55, certainly in the driver's seat. Super in a 1 versus 1 against Levin, but Levin just looking to try and kite this one out at the minute. And actually, Levin not feeling all too healthy. Stillness has spawned. We'll see who's going to head over. Looks like it is going to be Mancow starting to channel that one. And there's nobody here to answer from Car Crash. Stillness should go the way of rank 55, and that is enough for them. So long as they can keep at least 1 of these caps, that's going to be enough for them to get back in the game. And that's going to be mid as well. So 2 cap, turning it into a 4 cap coming out from rank 55.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem as well. The timing of the deaths was absolutely horrible as well. So not only should they have not gone for that res, they should have just pulled out and just wait patiently for respawns to keep control, because now they've lost the lead. Like you say, very good is the fact that they've got the 4-cap coming out for themselves, because they got stillness with the 2-cap, which doubles their point score coming in. And now Posey going to drop as well on this side of the map. This is the time where rank 55 is just going to snowball it in their favor.
What happened? Car Crash were winning. They were doing so well, and off that, the back of that one mistake really seems to have knocked their mentality. It doesn't feel like I'm watching the same team as I was 2 minutes ago, in fact.
You're going against the World Championship team. Don't make a mistake, because they will just rob you of that lead, and they will rob you of the game and the potential of having high morale, dropping you into a second with the only one pickup that they would need next. Especially, you know, if you're Vermilion watching this series at the moment, you've got to be kind of happy with the way that things are going, especially if you Car Crash. This is not a bad performance at the moment, but they need to try and look out for those mistakes, or they're going to go for it again as Kanska brings out the SAR, and Blackjack going to drop here. Not going to be able to be picked up, unfortunately, at all. And they go for it again. They do this exactly the same mistake, and they're punished for it. Nag drops as well. Scout is really being trailed from behind. Any more conditions, and he's going to go down here. Unless he's very, very careful. Does get healed up well, obviously, in Celestial Avatar form. No engineer, though, to... Where's Zan there? He is there, sorry, but the Moa isn't back up, ready to bring Scout out of that, of course. Anyway, he does come out of Celestial Avatar. But no caps coming out now for the team of Car Crash. Obviously, it's not over. We've still got buffs to come out, which you can obviously bring out and bring the team back into this game. Yeah,
absolutely. And if there's a map where you can make a ridiculous comeback, it is certainly on Temple. But here we go, another fight going on now over towards
Moa
the altar. Moa does come out indeed, but don't know if it's going to be enough. Posey, definitely the target right now, and he's doing his best to kite. Texby is down. Can they flip this around and get the cleave themselves? Yes, they do. Texby is going to go down now as Mankau trying to finish off Posey. He's not got that much HP remaining, and he's already out of Reaper Shroud, but looks like he's doing a decent job to survive, at least for now, trying to get to the rest of his team for a little bit of support. And Blackjack going to be able to heal him up on that one. Texby now respawned, but he's over at the other side of the map. But in the meantime, there's a 2-cap come out from rank 55. Car Crash have to win this fight at altar.
Yeah, now we're going to see buffs coming out. Tranquility, that's not going to be long enough. We've got Mesmer popping down over towards Tranquility here, and the Necro goes down over towards the Trank buff. We are going to see Texby just does a good job with his mark there, and making sure the Super's not going to be able to get that. Now, there's a lot of opportunity here for him to line of sight and use this map at this point to just keep him stalled. They've got the 2-cap. All they need to do is keep it, and we're going to see Oracle getting an easy cap on Stillness. No one contesting that at all. They get the 4-cap coming in again. They don't even need Tranquility. Nag dropping quite low over towards the altar as well. He does pull out Crystalline Hibernation. He's going to be okay for a moment. It's still contested, but no movement comes out over on the other side of the map. They get Texby down at the bottom, actually, which could really bring them out and get them some stillness here. So they need to make sure that comes out. But the thing is, Oracle jumps downstairs. They need to use this advantage now and move up top and get the decap on Temple, which is exactly what Nagnag's doing. But the thing is, even with 4 members on the map, Mankau watches out for that back cap there and does a fantastic job in doing so. But the thing is, getting that stillness for so long now with the 2-cap, it doesn't even matter what happens in Tranquility. This is good control here by rank 55.
Yeah, it really is. And now we're going to see Posey was so low for so long, does manage to escape from that bottom area. Is going to go into that Reaper Shroud, just desperately waiting for his heal to come off cooldown. Will be able to kite away, but actually Levin's found him and looks like he's going to be able to finish him off in the end.
Finished off, but look at the SR.
Actually has arrived and should be able to pick him up. So Posey still surviving on this one, but the thing is, when you're kiting for this long, you're just losing pressure. You haven't got anything going across the map. Nagnag looking for a decap in mid, but he's not going to be able to find it. Texby and Mankau are there to deny this, and he's found himself in a 2 versus 1 instead. He's all out of cooldowns and he's running out of HP as well.
Sounds like a song straight from the mouth of someone very, very famous. I'm straight out of the cooldowns.
So lost without the rest of my team.
Exactly, basically. Well done, good job. Super now dropping quite low as we'll see the Necro coming down. Obviously, doing a good job in that 1v1 between himself and Super. Obviously, the Necro has a lot of benefit in terms of that. And this is really game that's coming out right now. And it all came from that mid mistake where they first lost those members, and they almost paid for it again over on the Temple, where they did exactly the same thing. And actually, funnily enough, something we used to see a lot from rank 55 Dragons back in the day as well. They used to commit to reses in a very similar way. Rank 55 Dragons car crash 1-0 to rank 55. Can car crash bring things back?
That's going to be the question, and are we going to see a little bit of a battle to start things off? We saw it the last time we were on Forest between Vermilion and Orange Logo. It looks like Zan might be the target of this one if they can get onto him, but I don't think they're going to be able to actually finish him as he runs over towards the middle of the map, and it's going to be a pretty standard split really across the map here.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see this team fight develop over on the midpoint at the moment. Mancow's caught a little bit behind, so the car crash really need to take advantage of the fact that their main team support is not in the fight, and actually Mancow is hard pushing now over towards that side of the map. The thing is, because he's out of the fight, yeah, Blackjack download towards the bottom actually in roads. Maybe car crash want to just bring this fight back up, but look at the search and rescue comes out, but they deal with it. Can Scout gets interrupted here as well, and they take him out, and as soon as that comes out, they take care of it. Good job from rank 55, and in fact having Mancow on the other side of the map doesn't matter squat, because they've got full control of mid now, as Blackjack there, their support on the car crash team has been taken out, and now we can have to look for a lot of sustain to come out from car crash so they can wait for him to come back out, but we can see car crash losing Can Scout as well, and I fear they will lose Nagnag if they're not careful. Doesn't get his heal off either, with a nice burst that comes out from this Dragons team.
Yeah, this looks like a one-team fight for the rank 55 Dragons, and honestly, if you're car crash, this is a very scary thought, because the second they fell behind on that first map, they immediately pretty much lost the game. Super going to be the next target, and I don't think he's going to be able to get away with this one. Zan over towards the other side of the map is looking to turn this into a 3-cap right now, as the mid-fight is just about won for rank 55. The decap looks like it's gonna maybe come out over towards the mine, but there should be an answer coming out from rank 55. They obviously do have Oracle on that Mesmer, so he should be able to port over there and deny the decap if he's available, but the fight going on between Zan and Nagnag over towards the
But look at the point score here, actually. This is very good, but the problem is that, nice search and rescue is Can Scout's going to be punished if he goes for that. Now, they've learnt the lesson of not going for the res too hard, but Can Scout even just popped his head down for a second, but, you know, taps Posey on the head, asks him if he's all right, and gets almost annihilated.
Well, he does get annihilated. It's going to go down. Posey dropped as well. And this is, again, the overcommitment for reses that we keep on seeing. Zan
downstairs on the other side
as well, over towards the henge. So it's actually a 2-cap for car crash now. So even though they lost that team fight in mid, it didn't matter because of good map play. Can Scout still actually didn't go down, and Nagnag has arrived to try and channel out the res. I think they're going to be able to get away with this one. Can Scout so close to getting up, but it is going to be interrupted in the end. The Condis are stacking up, but looks like he is going to get back onto his feet in the end. And this could be really good news for car crash in this fight. They're looking to try and focus down Levin.
He's got his cooldown back as well, so if those members do go down, he can jump out, and they actually do bring Levin down, and they really stayed in this fight for so long. Like you said, they got control on the sides, but the problem is look, now they've lost control of the side nodes that they did have, and now because they've dedicated so many members into this roads fight, that they've lost that control that they did so well to keep in the first place, and that was, you know, a mistake from both teams, committing so much to that bottom keep road fight there that they both had to, you know. That's the way things go at the moment. You get those kills and you can snowball the map in your favor in that way, and especially around mid on Forest as well, because it's such a big point in contention. You've got roads to everywhere, and that's quite an important place to keep control. And look at the damage that are coming out over in this roads at the moment. Just going over to Super.
Oh my goodness, Nagnag just got one shot, I'm pretty sure. He just went just full to zero. And the Condis are stacking up, but it looks like they might be able to get the res onto him. I say that. Caster's Curse comes into play, and Nagnag looks like he is going to be going down. Zan versus Can Scout. That 1v1's not really going to go anywhere anytime soon. Blackjack trying to get the cap on, or trying to keep the cap on the midpoint right now, but he is going to be knocked off node, and actually does manage to jump back on, but he's going to go into downstate any second right now. Everything's on cooldown, and that is going to be the decap coming out on this mid node. Can Scout trying to get the henge for himself, but he's found himself in a 2 versus 2 as Posey enters the fight as well.
Still got the lead though at the moment as they lose bodies permanently here. Blackjack, is anyone coming in for the res? Is Nagnag going to risk it? Super not able to get his gyro on there too hard at the moment, and they're not going to risk it. They're just going to go for the kill on Texby here, and actually he could get really taken out. He's really squishy against the Rev as well. You know, those shouts removing conditions aren't going to open too much versus Nagnag, other than getting rid of, you know, some of that Von stacking that comes out from the Revenant. But Texby has to get away. He inevitably should go down here. Thank you. But the problem is that Nagnag goes down as well. And what's Super going to do in this situation? He's going to go for the res or he's going to go for the down. Now, he can split himself in half with the gyro there, and does so very well. So he makes sure he's able to get the finish there onto that rank 55 Dragons player. But the problem is they've not got the caps. Now they need to get this cap very quickly. Super drops quite low himself. Zan also low over towards this edge.
I am so impressed with Car Crash so far this game. They're doing a fantastic job up against, let's bear in mind, the reigning champions. Rank 55 won Season 1 of the Guild Wars 2 Pro League, and they're being taken to an incredible second game right now by Car Crash. Zan looks to beat the target, and we're actually going to see Super drops. I believe that's just off the side of the midpoint, and will be finished off. So
Super
nice little
drops.
pickup by Levin, who is going to be able to now go and +1 a different fight elsewhere on the map. Can scout over towards this Henge node, doing his best in this 2 versus 2, but
Trying to help Posey, yeah. I mean, they need to. It was good that Posey came over to. He needs to get closer to Can Scout here. He doesn't want to go down so far away. Although that means if he does go down, oh, there we go. Nice support from Super as he comes out of respawn. That's a good job. It's not too bad because then at least the Zan is so far away, and then search and rescue. You know, he would be so far away in terms of getting the res, so he wouldn't be able to actually, you know, interrupt that as easily. So it's good thinking from Posey there. But now he does go down, so we're looking for Can Scout to bring out the search and rescue. And it should be a fairly simple res there. And they get the 2 cap, and they've balanced this team fight now around Can Scout, then Posey and Super coming off respawn. This actually works out very well for them.
Yeah. But the communication as well for Car Crash, where Posey went towards his home node because he knew Super was respawning. Really good play, and actually using that search and rescue just to keep themselves up in that team fight has worked wonders for them. And now with a 2 cap and a point lead, they're doing a fantastic job on this one. Oracle going to be heading over towards this mine where he's going to find himself in a 2 versus 2 by the looks of things. 2 Revenants, a Mesmer, and the Tempest right there. But Zan,
oh, Nag, he needs to watch out here. Nagnag's. And actually Posey goes down the other side of the map. Again, res comes out. Now they've split very well here. They've got the Ranger in one fight, and they've got the Elementalist in another. And in this 2v2, this Elementalist being here is very, very strong, and is actually should be in favour of the team of Car Crash here. Now on the other side of the map as well, we've got a lot of sustain coming out from Car Crash as well. Although Posey looks like he's going to go down again. Reaper Shard comes out from him. Still got a lot of Shard left. Operates a lot of poison coming out from that Spiral, and he's going to do a little bit of a jumping puzzle move here to get out of harm's way. Line of sight drops out and drops away with the second ability coming out. They do see the decap coming out over on the mine node because they know they're going to have difficulty in this 2v2. So at the moment, the decap is probably the best they're going to get. You can see how low Levin gets there as well, but the decap's good, and Posey does drop very low and goes into downstate again on the other side of the map, is going to get finished off. But look how long this has been going for. 80-point lead now for Crash, but we do see bodies dropping from their team.
Speaking of crashing, there's going to be 2 of them dropping down, and actually this is a fantastic position to be in for rank 55 if they can now use this advantage to take control of the map. Nagnag doing his very best just to
this is a really good performance on mine from rank 55.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I cannot emphasize too much.
Those are 2 team fights that realistically on paper they shouldn't have necessarily won, but rank 55 doing a fantastic job in both of them and winning across the map. Now they have a 2 cap. They've got this midpoint. Can Scout doing his best to try and deny that, but I don't think he's going to be able to.
Him being there at the moment, you know, he can in the end get the decap versus Zan. That's cool.
The mower as well.
But now, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, the 1v1 between himself and the engineer is a lot more difficult for the Ranger now as well, but it is a different man. It is Can Scout, of course, and having that mower up, of course, is going to give him a little bit of advantage as long as he can get off on maximum amount of damage. Unfortunately, he didn't get off maybe as much as he would have liked to then. Super now on the other side of the map versus Texby as well. He doesn't like that 1v1 as he super speeds away with the cripple, and that's all it wrote for Can Scout over on the mid point as well, as blue team not sure where to go, but they do have the decap, and that's very strong at the moment because they do still have a tiny lead, but the problem is they need members on the map to at least keep the control. 5.5 minutes left in this game, Joe.
Yeah, Levin is going to go down. Or I say that is so close, and Posey desperately trying to escape. Will drop in the end. Tech speed is there, but Super looking for the res on that one. Nag is incredibly low as well, but should be able to finish off Levin.
They need to get Posey up here. If they do, that's very good, because Levin is down the other side of the map. Reaper Shot comes out from Posey as well. That's only going to give him a little bit of time. He needs that support and heals. But look at Blackjack. Just tries to keep him up as long as possible. Poison came out as well from the red team, as well as a ton of extra conditions. Yeah, I mean, that's really important that he did. That was long enough. And this gives them the advantage now while Levin's come. But look, no one's over on the mine. No, they've just gone full in.
They've had a full cap for so long right now. They're stacking up this lead. There's only 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Rank 55 are suddenly behind him. Posey is looking like he might get picked up again. The cleave is going to be there, and actually they might have overextended for this one. Blackjack drops as well. Super just desperately trying to escape. Don't make the same mistake again. Super now as Blackjack is still in downstate.
Lost the gap.
The mine is going to go the way of rank 55. Nag desperately trying to get towards that midpoint. Super incredibly low. Needs to maybe back away from this fight, but they're all getting so low, and I don't think they can win out in these battles anymore.
They've thrown the game away. This is the comeback now, and this is the game for rank 55. Without a doubt, it should be now. They should
survive for a long time, though. The respawns are back in, so maybe they can hold on to this.
But look, boss pickup from Levin gives them the extra stats and 25-point bounce that they need to come back into the game. They're only 7 points behind at the moment. We saw Nag leave mine as we saw a respawn coming out. No one came out to pick that up because they thought they were going to bounce off that team fight, and they were down on that, and they actually lost out at the end. And now Nag goes down. Mid is, like you say, in their favor, and they spent so much time in this team fight here where they've not got a Mesmer to really carry them through it. And that's the difference between not having a Mesmer and also having one. And there you have literally just almost thrown the game away on one fight. Literally.
And that's kind of what we saw in that first game as well. They lost that one fight. They overcommitted to a res, and rank 55 are more than capable of punishing you for that. Now the 2-cap in favor of rank 55. They're the ones with a 30-point lead, and there's only 3 minutes on the clock. If Car Crash want to stay in this series, they have to make something happen, and it looks like they're going to do that through Mancow. He's been knocked into downstate, but Blackjack on the other side of the map is in trouble as well. Mancow using that vapor form just to try and keep himself alive. Posey is going to be there. The cleave should be enough to keep him down. Zan maybe the one overcommitting this time.
Here we go.
The rest is not going to be there. Mancow does drop, and that's 2 of them in downstate. Maybe Car Crash can still win this game.
Blackjack's downstaters as well. If they don't take care of Blackjack, what are you doing, Car Crash? You need to control what's going on with him, because otherwise you will get 2 guys back up straight away, and one of those guys will be taken out, and now they can come back here. Mancow is downstated on the henge, decapping the node. Dude, come on, guys. Car Crashed. Some awareness here. They've really just some of these different mazes they're moving around the map at the moment. They need to take care of these guys, and they need to get the decap over on the mine as soon as possible.
I think regardless of the result right now, it's fair to say this is the closest game of this season so far. The decap does come out. Car Crash with a cap. I can't work out if they actually have enough time to get back in, but with the 2-cap, they definitely have enough time. Oracle is still down, and actually, Car Crash may be looking like they can win this game right now. Super desperately trying to survive, just kiting away, and Posey has arrived in the fight as well. Now they can look to maybe focus down Texby if they can get onto him. Reaper Shroud is going to keep him alive for a little while, though, as Can Scout and Zan once again 1v1ing, but this 2v2 I really feel is where it's all going to be going, but Nag has been dropped again.
Yeah, Nag being dropped on the other side of the map is not so great, unfortunately, but at least it's Can Scout. Now, he's got the point difference. He's got the cap in his favor at current as well. He's got his heal, he's got Celestial Avatar back up as well, and he drops into that. That's going to give him a lot of tank ability now, and he's going to get Nag coming back up, so that's not actually too bad. And now they're going to be able to win this at the moment. I mean, unless they do something which rank 55 just did for some reason over on the other side of the map, where initially, Zan being in that tornado wasn't too bad, but he didn't drop out of it I feel like he didn't drop out of it quick enough.
Decaps.
But Decaps, only 10-point lead.
Could still win this.
On the side.
Seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Boss is on the side. We might see players just start to run for those. And we already see the Necro doing so as well. And
this is going to be decided on a killing blow of a boss.
Again, Nag. But Nag dropped on the other side of the map. He needs to get involved in these kills. They both teams need to go for him.
Oh, God.
They haven't got a choice. They need to go for them now. And
who's going to be able to finish this one out? It's going to go the way rank 55.
Who's getting the up on the other side of the map?
Chieftain. If they don't get the killing blow on this boss, they lose the game. They're going to lose the series if they don't get it.
No.
It goes.
What's going to happen? They're going to kick themselves for this. And they'll get both bosses.
Rank 55. In the last 10 seconds of the game, get the second boss, get a 40-point lead, and take the series 2-0. Rank 55 Dragons are going to be the victors.
We are ready to go. The teams are ready. Hope you're ready at home. And, yeah.
Absolutely. Let's get this game underway. It is the Civilized Gentlemen up against Purple Noise. And we'll see who's going to be able to take this first game in the series. We are here on Temple, which is definitely a map that miracles can happen on. We've seen multiple ridiculous clutches on this map before. One of the more famous of which was actually during our semi-finals of Season 1 between Vermilion and Abjured. But let's see how this map is going to play out. Standard starts as the engineers head to the side nodes.
They've identically taken at least to mid, NGs to the side, and they're going to fight it out, the rest of it out over on the midpoint. Now, this is going to be interesting to see where the NGs go, although we did see Cole Summers battle over towards the other side of the map. Now, blue team actually going to equal it up over towards this midpoint as well, but Badaka really under pressure, obviously in the Necro being focused so hard. Now, he gets line of sighted around the side of the map there, and obviously Moa comes out onto him, but the thing is, drops Drooper's Shard just as he gets knocked back by the Revenant there, of course, in the Herald stance, but does get dropped pretty low and is completely taken out. Now, what are they going to do? They're going to go for the res, or they're going to do the car crash thing, but they're going to get him up, so almost, but Carver, look what's happening to Carver and Honey everywhere else.
Again, they're going to drop like flies, and that is Honey and Carver down. This is what we keep on seeing today. It seems to be the theme of today. Purple Noise overextend for that fight. They had a one-cap advantage that whole time as well, but it's not going to matter now because the kills have gone the way of Civilized Gentlemen, and with this extra kind of outnumber that they have going for themselves, they're going to be able to take control of the rest of the map. Colsummer's looking to try and get the temple, but it is going to be... No, they do manage to get it in the end, but it's in exchange for the other 2 points.
That was really good onto Frey there, actually. He entangled him off point, and that was really good to make sure he wasn't going to get the node in his contested anymore, and they need to keep that point, so just give that little buffer of points to stick with TCG. They don't want to give them that extra lead, they don't want to lose the morale that they've built up now, and they want to keep it together. Dresden does get a nice heal off as well. Some defensive move there from Lord Asura as he pushes through, and we can see the hobble away from Dresden very awkwardly. And blue team just holding fire over on the temple, but look, as they distract him over towards the mid area of the map, Carver gets a nice little decap, tries to thunderclap Helsef off point, and he gets onto node as well. Tough 1v1 for the engineer, especially against Helsef there, of course. Condi's coming out from Helsef in all types of ways, and Badaka there over on towards the midpoint as well. Shout comes out to him. He's getting CC'd hard here and gets taken out. Now, Honey, don't go for the res. This is not a good... There we go. Good girl. She comes out and she's going to be okay there. And that's really important that she didn't go... You could just see her health.
Yeah.
You know, bobbing up and down, and you knew there was going to be a sunburst there, and it's good that she didn't commit so hard to that. She's going to go over towards Carver now, but she unfortunately doesn't get caught, actually, and Viper is going to go into the downstate as well. Now, Honey, is she going to go for this res? I don't think she's just got a vulnerability off as well, cooldown, and she has to use it to actually get away here, while as well giving herself some stability. And then we've got Cole Summers on the other side of the map being challenged as well by Frey, who's confident that he can get this decap.
Well, so far, we've actually got 1 cap apiece, and honestly, if you told me this matchup was coming up halfway through Season 1, I would have said that it was straight up going the way of TCG, but so far, Purple Noise are actually giving them a little bit of a run for their money. Only 20 points ahead right now. You're absolutely right, the decap coming out mid, but Temple has been decapped on the other side, so no caps on the board right now for anyone, and absolutely chaotic fight towards the altar right now. And Badaka on that top side, trying to just get damage out for free if he can get away without being focused. But looks like Helseth going to be there as well. to
They're being
challenge
careful.
him.
This is
Oh, Cole is in trouble.
they're being careful. Cole goes down. That's just the way it is, apparently. And Cole going into
Cole
the
not even in
downstate.
that fight, though.
No, he's on the other side of the map, indeed. In the 2v2 over here. And yeah, sorry, I got a tiny bit confused there, actually. I was thinking about that. Where is he at the moment? He's on the other side of the map. At least I noticed it. Carver does bring out the slick shoes as well, and they're just being very careful because there's so much decapping going on. They're keeping the map sustained.
The thing is, though, while all of this confusion and chaos has been going on, TCG managed to grab themselves stillness. So they essentially have a 2-cap going on for themselves, and you can see their points starting to rack up. They've built themselves an advantage to work with now, and in fact, they got themselves a 2-cap as well. And this is the point where Purple Noise have to do something before TCG can just run away with this game. Helseth is going to be the target as Cole Summers trying to chase him on down, but Cole Summers pretty badly outnumbered right now. Does have to try and kite away from this one in the end. Helseth does manage to heal himself back up, and both teams just going to disengage from this fight.
Yeah, we see decap coming out on the midpoint as well as Lord Asura and Frey are just trying to fight off Honey and also Badaka here. So decap at least, good job for them, and just stop that stillness power point play, I suppose we're going to call that now. Just coming out maximum there for those guys, and they're just looking to try and sustain this probably and look for fights elsewhere on the map to come to an end, to at least maybe potentially give them a decap or kill so they can snowball it more into their favour. But at the moment, like you said, 1-cap coming out, still Cole Summers almost getting the decap through his glyphs there, as well as a nice knockback coming out, and then Viper coming into the node as well. And Kazis versus Viper, like I said, you know, it's just going to be one of those real big battles here.
Yeah, and the decap has come out. Temple is going to be neutralized and actually might just be captured here by Purple Noise. So good job by them, and that is going to be fantastic news. However, they are still 140 points down right now, and they're only even in caps. And this fight for mid control is going to be so crucial in the grand scheme of this game. Badaka is going to be the focus target right now for TCG, and they are going to be able to knock him into downstate. Immediately, Frey's looking for the stomp and will find it, and that is a huge boon for TCG. However, the midpoint did get capped for Purple Noise, so they do have a 2-cap going for a little while here, but as I say that, Kaz is going to get the decap at Temple.
Yeah, indeed. We're seeing Ball coming out as well, but over on the other side of the map, also, Draze is going to be in this 1v1 versus Cole Summers, forcing that position there as well. Really feel like Shadow Search and Rescue would have been so useful for Purple Noise, just even maybe on this map. Now, I know Cole Summers isn't playing with it at all, really, actually. You know, we've only got 2 series into Season 1, Season 2 so far. We haven't really seen him touch that, and we have seen Stillness coming out as well as Tranquility, and Blue Team now can come back with a 2-cap in their favour because of
got
that.
Stillness instantly, so they are going to be... I say that. I was about to say they're going to be able to get themselves back in the game, but they don't have a point to get those points with, so unfortunately Stillness not really going to be that effective when you haven't got anything to get points with. But
Downstate Kazes, though, on the other side of the map is very strong as well. If they can make sure they push Lord Asura away and he doesn't get res, now that's going to bring them back with the cap, but I don't know if I don't think Stillness is still around for us to see them get some more points out of that, unfortunately.
You can't see unless they're getting points at the time, so we'll just have to wait and see, but I don't think... Oh, it is still going for a little bit, but it's not going to be for that long anyway, regardless. Kaz to go down. Carver, though, is incredibly low and looks like might be going into downstate at this rate. We'll have to wait and see.
Honey's down here. This is... I'm not sure this is the great place for it to be in, actually, in the moment. Now, Carver over towards his midpoint. I mean, going quite low, like you said. They've got the 1-cap in favour of themselves.
Looking for the 2-cap.
It's not
going to have to contest.
It's not too bad. I mean, at least, you know, Kaze is now grabbing that cap over on the Temple. Temple's just switching over to both teams at the moment. Cole is doing a good job versus Drazzer, but the thing is, Drazzer has got that heal and he's got everything that can come out from that. And they do get the kill down onto Frey over towards the midpoint. Badaka needs to move out quite quickly. Are they going to +1 and get the kill quickly for the Tranquility, which could be the option to bring Honey out or at least switch her out? But the thing is, they don't need the support at the moment. They're doing okay as they are, but they still need the decap on Temple, and they need to take advantage of the fact that one man is out on map. But now, unfortunately, like you said, Cole taken down.
The power of a +1 coming right there as Drazzer does get some help from Kazas just to finish off Cole, and that is going to mean that the altar is going to go the way of TCG. Now, Purple Noise have to get control of this temple right now. They can't really afford to lose this, or there'll be 2 caps, and that will be bad news for them. But down towards the bottom, Honey's still here, just stalling out versus Helseth, but the +1 is now down in that area, I believe.
Cole going for the decap again. He's just going for it. Jesse, let's have this. We're going to have this 1v1, and it's going to be over. Lord Helseth later as well downstairs, and still versus Honey. But Carver over on the other side as well with Karzez. It feels like Carver just needs to get closer to Honey here to give him a little bit of healing support. She's going to have to jump towards him as well. But Helseth doing a great mower there onto Carver. He's going to push Carver even further away from Honey. And he comes back to Honey as well, but can't put the pressure on just in case she goes for the cap. I feel like he could have just gone for a little bit more pressure here. But obviously, you know, the pressure is on to make sure they keep that tranquility in check as well. She decap, still contested node here over on the altar as well. But the points as the game keeps going on, and we've got a stillness popping up. Blue team, oh no! Viper!
Oh, Viper in a whole lot of trouble.
He uses Crystalline Hibernation off point.
Going to be able to keep himself alive, but they lose the gate, and that is going to be absolutely crucial, because I was about to say Purple Noise are actually kind of staying in this game, giving TCG a run for the money, but now they're down a cap. They're just going to be slowly but surely falling further and further behind. You're absolutely right in saying Stillness has spawned on the map. Tranquility's still there as well, but they need to find some way of getting that advantage, and Viper going down is not going to be the way they go. Honey going for this one, looking for the res, but no, she can't beat out the cleave of 2 people right there. Not going to be able to take that one in the end, and she can't even get the gate either. And in fact, you're absolutely right. Honey may have just overextended for this one, and is going to get chased down here.
She had a good big cooldowns left, so thankfully for her, another mower comes out to Carver downstairs. He's not sure whether or not he's a man or a bird, or a lady or a bird. Sorry, maybe a ladybird. They're very cute, but no, back over towards the altar. Still, this point comes out on the temple where TCG can just keep control, get the odd kills, get the odd kills, and like the stillness as well, and just controlling the map. This isn't very fast-paced game at the moment, and they're just doing what they do best. They're sitting back, they're being calm, collected, they're getting the kills, they're keeping the nodes in check, as well as keeping tranquility in check as well. You know, they just got their eye on things, and that's how they're beating this team at the moment. They're out rotating them as well, and that's what's happening at the moment in this game.
And it looks like this game is all but over, to be honest, at this stage. As the 2 cap comes out with Stillness as well, the points are going to be rolling in for TCG, and there's only 3 3/4 minutes left on the clock for Purple Noise to do anything about this. If they're going to come back in this game, it has to happen right about now. But you see Viper versus Phrase in a bit of a 1 versus 1. And actually, Phrase kind of losing out on this one. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
He wants this.
Maybe needs to just kite away.
Go on, Viper. Come on, mate. Almost said that there, but he gets a little bit back up there. I just want them to walk away and not want to watch that 1v1 just for the fun. But anyway, Necro versus Rev, always an interesting one. And now Viper is still looking for that kill potentially as well, as he doubles up with Badaka here to get something on these guys. But at the moment, this is a TCG game with Carver taken out down below as well, and they're just looking for the extra kill on Honey and maybe finishing off in style with a tranquility push, and then just knocking Cole off of the altar as well, and finishing off in a very flashy TCG posh style there. But that's game, and not horrible from Purple Noise.
I feel like this, you're trying to word that gently, by the way you
It wasn't horrible.
I feel like they actually, to start off with that game, definitely gave TCG a bit of a run for their money. Yeah, you absolutely can. And here we go with the second game of this series. Purple Noise up against TCG, and Purple Noise looking to maybe tie this series out if they can. Sneaking up towards enemy node right there. Viper going to be able to get a bit of a decap on that one, so Droza can't actually get the mine to start things off. It's going to be contested, and we're going to have a bit of a fight, 3 versus 3, over towards this midpoint as well. Now, this is the point in the game where we saw Purple Noise weren't able to win out the team fights and ended up almost getting wiped right at the start.
Yeah, Cole Summers already pressured so hard here, not ready for Celestial Avatar, so he still needs to survive to wait for that to come out. He's going to have it quite soon. He has used his heal though, of course, and trying to get a nice blast there as well as the knockback, but that doesn't get come out as well. And now Celestial Avatar form gets pushed up, and that means they can push down potentially onto these members on this midpoint, but he still drops quite low. Does have a shout heal back up as well. Now 1v1 over on the other side of the map looks like it's going okay at the moment for Dresden. Now don't pay too much attention to the fact that his health is half HP, because like I just said, it's literally back up to full. So these matchups are quite well paired at the moment. Kaze now being dropped over towards the midpoint. Don't believe he has his heal available. Unfortunately, I can't see if his heal is available, so that's another thing. As Cole Summers again, you know, the focus drops back onto him, but he's back in Celestial, and he's got his heal as well, and he's back out of that. So very sustained at the moment. Cooldowns are starting to run low now, and even Viper looking a little bit flaky over on this mine node.
It certainly is, and might actually be in a little bit of trouble. I believe his heal will be coming up shortly, but TCG get the first cap of the game over towards this henge point. Carver
Don't
getting
like this
knocked
one,
off the point, and honestly, yeah, looking like he's struggling a little bit. He's going to come off cooldown though, so it should be okay.
I mean, it's not too bad like the 1v1, because he's got the elixir there, which is different play to other people, you know. He's going for that versus
Dark is in trouble, actually. Nearly goes down into that downside.
So
It will
close to
do
trap.
so. Lord Ashura should be able to finish this one off, and Honey
Oh no.
will not be able to get over that. Ashura did get his first one interrupted, but will finish off
Thinking
that
about
second one. Carver as
go.
well in trouble elsewhere on the map. He's going to be able to heal himself up, and he's actually abandoned the henge at this point, just looking for a different way to go, just trying to survive at this stage, but he's only got 2k HP remaining, and his heal isn't going to be up for another couple of seconds. Doing a good job of kiting away.
Try to get anything he can.
Just out of cooldowns, but his heal is about to come back up, so he's going to be just about okay.
But the thing is, it's like, does he stay here? Now, Lord Asura coming over to this has actually switched out with Helseth, funnily enough. I mean, I don't think that even needed to happen, but maybe they're trying to, they're thinking about the potential kills and respawns that come out ahead of what happens on the rest of the map, because if they get the kills on blue team, they're going to respawn and they're going to jump into close, which is what's going to happen to Honey now, and Lord Asura is ready for the fact that Honey is going to die. So she's going to probably go towards the henge, which is the plan. Now, will she do that? And we're just going to watch out for respawns as well. The thing is, blue team have pushed them away from the mine, and now team TCG are going to have to just sit back a little bit and just wait to see what is going to happen, the movement of the Elementalists now, and defend where they need to.
It's going to be the question, as the henge looks like it will go the way of TCG here. Nobody going to be there to contest Lord Azura, who will be able to finish that one off. And
Carver.
Oh, Carver actually in a whole lot of trouble. The bleed is taken away, but he's going to get the heal at the last second from Honey, and that's going to top him right back up to full HP. But immediately just jumps away from Honey, who could be in trouble. Badaka is in that downstate. There's no one anywhere near to save him, so Badaka will just bleed out on that one, as Cole Summers now in a whole bunch of trouble. Just gets one shot and will get finished off.
Yeah, the amount of damage. And TCG have chased for the kill there, with the follow-up kill on Cole Summers, and Carver gets the decap mid, but what's that going to do? It's not going to do much. It's just going to negate some of the point score coming up, and it feels like TCG are just going to move to mid, get the kill on him also. And actually, Viper is being trailed down from behind now by Karzes. He's on significantly more HP than he is currently. But is he going to go for this fight now as well? He needs to be careful here. He's got his heal up and he brings it out, but he's not that stupid. And actually, Viper goes full ham onto Karzes and pushes him into the box. He takes him down. Wow,
Viper
Smiley with the plays as well as Viper there. I think
that was great. But actually, Viper could be in trouble here. He needs to be careful.
Karzes is going to be res.
Just going to finish off Karzes. That was beautiful. But well played by Viper on that one. That was great.
That was a nice start into the Svane there to bring him into the onstage. That was a fantastic job. Replays, please. Guild Wars 2 esports highlights. Make sure you get that one. Badaka now over on the midpoint as well. And they're holding firm, but again, you know, TCG still have this one cap on the side where Purple Noise are not really doing anything about it. They seem to be rotating. Now Frey's there. They're taking turns. It's Helseth, Frey, and Asura who are just switching out, just trying to watch out for the different moves coming out from Purple Noise. And they're not getting suckered into all the typical situations, but still some kind of obvious ones. But it doesn't feel like there's anything else they can do at the moment. But they're doing okay, holding over towards this mine side at the moment as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, It doesn't feel like Purple Noise have been in the driver's seat on any of this. Dresser is in a little bit of trouble, but he's going to be able to get his heal off and just kites away from the fight for a second, tops himself back up, and is going to be able to rejoin that action again.
Just those combinations which are just going to keep him up, like you say, you know, the rocket charge as well, giving a little bit of blast healing for himself.
Decap has now happened over at Hench, though, so actually Purple Noise, the only ones with a cap on the field right now. Carver looking like he's going to be able to maintain this neutral point right now. And
yeah, Carl Summers going down over on the mine ain't a happy story they want to talk about right now, I don't think, and they are going to bail off that. Are we actually going to see Viper stay for the 1v1 between himself and Drazit now, actually? It's a nice little amount of damage off there.
He's already picked up 1v1 today. He
just needs to get Smarty back over it and he's alright.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, a nice little juke there as he jumps back up the wall looking for the decap. Didn't quite get away with that one. Would have been great if he had, but that would have been the second cheeky play out of him today.
It would have been. This is what I mean about Viper, though. I spoke about him earlier in the night as well, and he is just pulling off these nice little moves. Like, he's one of those players who's really developed well through the Pro League, and that's really nice to see, man. That's some really good stuff.
Yeah, it certainly is. And over towards this midpoint now, it is going to be Viper once more as he jumps onto Fraze, going into that Reaper Shroud will keep him alive pretty safely. Honey there as well. The 2 versus 2 looks like TCG don't really want to go for this fight too hard. Kaz is still here. But all in all, this one's fairly stalemated. I say that actually, so. Viper going to have to back away as Helseth arrives, and Honey is just going to be obliterated and will be finished off as well. The Vapor Form will come out, but I don't think that that's really a res that Viper can even pretend to go
They're actually just focusing on...
Bedaka's there!
They're focusing on Viper so hard that they just get a free res, and Viper has his heal almost back up, and they're going to be fine here in a moment.
In the meantime, though, Helseth caps that midpoint, which is bad news, but Fraze actually is going to go down.
Yeah, they should be able to get the kill here.
Causes is still to look for the res, but they should be able to finish it, and they do. So, good kill coming out from Purple Noise. They have to make the decap happen in mid right now. They have to try and get themselves on the board because they're falling dramatically behind, 200 behind.
They're going to give him the decap there, I think, as well. Yeah, they're just going to give him the decap and bounce over towards this mine node. You can hear the portal as well, and they're just going to try and get the extra kill potentially onto Cole Summers. They don't even need the assistance of Helseth here to pick that up, and actually Helseth coming over now, he'll pop the portal, they'll move back into mid and try and potentially take out Bedaka in the 2v1 here at the very least, or send others back over towards the midpoint while Cole Summers is having a little bit of a rest. But in the moment I'm towards this midpoint now, waiting for the portal to be activated. Obviously Necro is now just kind of standing on it, waiting for the help for the through to come. He can't move down. That's the battle that he has, the choice he has to make. Does he move off mid? Because that portal isn't just there for him to nip through, you know. He's using it to keep one member there because they're so desperate to keep into the game at the moment. Yeah, you know, it's a good way of putting another man on the map, if you were.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have a choice but to watch out for
Helseth.
It's going to go down. Yeah. Maybe they can finish this. You can channel from below, but the res also can be channeled from below, but they will finish off the kill onto Helseth. And maybe this is finally their opportunity to get this mid node back because it was decapped during all of that action. But again, the side point still in favor of TCG. They've had that one extra cap for a very long time, and it's just been racking up this lead for them. Karzas is going to go down as well, so another kill coming through for Purple Noise, and they do finally take that keep for themselves, and now they're looking to head towards the mine as well. That seems to be
They need to bounce. This is their chance to come back. They need to try and keep control over on the Henge as well. That is their close point, obviously. So contested is fine, but they need to try and bounce off this. Get the kill on Frey, who's very low. He's tiny stealth over the moment. He gets away. Though. No one's following him at all. Actually, the Revenant does jump onto him. Are they going to be able to get him down? He jumps into Reaper Shroud, so he should be okay. Gets the support from Drazit there, and this Carver is actually it does go into downside. Drazit should be able to res him fine though.
Oh, the Moa came out though, but he still gets the res anyway. Carver as well, incredibly low. Carver trying to kite away from this one. Will be able to get upstairs.
Tiny bit late with that Moa. A fraction of a second. Yeah, Frey does go down again. But look, mid-cap.
But they lose the keep.
Easy peasy.
But they gain the Henge, so this actually could be 2 side points right now if they can grab the mine for themselves.
You'll know now.
Helseth going to be able to grab the keep for them, but that will be the 2 cap now in favor of Purple Noise.
Indeed. I mean, maybe now it's... mathematically it's getting difficult.
It is.
4 minutes left and 20 seconds just about, and they need to make a faster decision here. Now they're waiting for the respawn of the Necro, and he goes over towards Henge. Still blue team members are being very slow in the movement, and because of that Cole Summers goes down over towards the Henge, and they will lose this node. So their movement there has been very slow and sloppy, and unfortunately because of that as well, they've lost a member, and they're going to lose this cap unless they're very, very lucky, because Viper can't stay on that node too long. Now he does a good job at least pulling both people off node to the point that they don't get the decap there, and that's a really good movement again from Viper, but he's doing all he can, and there's not much more he can do other than what he's doing right now, which is pretty special. Are they going to go up there and go for the kill though? That's another thing they have to think about.
I wonder if
Carver could get a gyro up there, that would be just epic. But obviously, we've seen the down coming out, unfortunately. And yeah, that's what came out from Jesse. But hey, he got on that one first. Cole Summer goes down, stated as well, and that really could be is more than likely the end of this actually at the moment.
I feel like that fight kind of wraps up and also summarizes this series between TCG and Purple Noise. There's only 100 points for them to get, and it will be a 2-cap with them having the Henge as well as the keep. But Arca heading over to the keep, but I don't think he's just really going to be able to look for anything.
Yeah, I think he's looking for berries. I'm not sure at the moment.
Looking for any support from his team right now as he goes into the downstate, but there's about 1 million players from TCG to finish him off.
His boys and girls
going to be the 2-cap. 50 points remain as there's 2.5 minutes on the clock, and TCG have managed to secure this second game. Purple Noise again with a decent point score. I mean, they are pretty significantly behind it. I think the issue right now isn't necessarily that they didn't get any points on the board. It's more an issue of it never feels like Purple Noise are in control of the game. It always felt like they were just playing reactively to whatever TCG did.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the problems as well. You're going up against one of these top teams as well. They were 3rd last season. Purple Noise were 8th. They did win. They've got 3 points on the board, and that could be enough to literally put them in 7th. Even this season. I mean, they've got to look for some more wins this season from the teams that potentially there's some definite teams that they could take. They could probably maybe even take a win off Orange Logo this season. That's how things. Sounds awful saying it that way. I'm not saying that's how bad things are getting for them, but with the confidence that Purple Noise are building off this isn't like a complete trashing. They haven't just put them on the floor and said, that's it. You've got no chance, because it's still scored 300 points.
It's obviously a very experienced player being on your lineup is going to be a huge boon for Super Smash, and we'll see if that's going to make a difference in this series. But here we go. The game is underway.
Oh, nice there. Good job.
Very nice there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And a bit of a clash in the middle of the map, which isn't what we're used to seeing here.
But yeah, I mean, the Sling just stops it, but unfortunately gets stopped himself as he comes into Moa, and he's going to be taken down very low here, and they finish him off. That's very effective from the red team. A nice knockback as well from the Revenant, and they should be able to take him out, and they do. They get the job done. They get him finished off. And now we've got the 2-Mac almost coming out from the blue team. Over on the midpoint now, as Tayskin is just trying to hold for as long as possible. Red team members coming now into the middle of the map here to try and give themselves another kill and bounce off of this into the map and give themselves a strong lead.
Yeah, absolutely. So interesting start from Morgans, but it's worked out in the end, and they've got 2 caps from the back of it. Zuik now going to be the focus target, doesn't have any cooldowns remaining, and looks like he will be going down. The res might be channeled here by Amstar, but I don't think they are going to be able to finish that one off. And they might have committed a little bit too much. Zamstar now going to be the target. Needs to kite away from this one if he can, but he's going to be dropped into that downstate as well, and the res is not going to be available. I say that actually might just be getting back onto his feet, but the cleave is going to be there. Look how many Condis are stacking up, and Sling overextends once more to try and get that. We keep on seeing this today.
3 members,
Amka as well in downstate, and this is how you start a game from Morgan.
Yeah, indeed. The focus is really there from those boys, and they've bounced right off that kill over on the up top onto onto Sling, and they've even ended it. It began and ended with Sling there. And now Xeonix going for the decap over on Altar. Defies what almost happens over on the Temple, but unfortunately for the red team, they weren't able to get there in time. They can 2v1 this, but they don't want to do it for too long, as Sable drops quite low himself and now needs to dissipate. Knows he's going to go into downstate. Doesn't go any further because he just wants to die as soon as possible. No one's in range for the res, and blue team looking to keep hold of the Altar as his life is taken over towards that other side of the map. Now red team not too down and out. Sorry, not red team. Blue team not completely out of it at the moment as they grab back the Altar, but they need to pick themselves up here.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and we do have the 2-cap, obviously, in
Solid
favour
push, yeah,
of Morgans right now, and they're looking for the Altar as well. There's a 2v2 going on at the Altar, but Thiskin here looking to just maintain this cap over towards the Temple, and we've got a few players from both teams heading over to turn this fight into much more of an actual battle right now.
I saw the Condi on poor old Tayskin. I mean, he's got so many Condis on him as well, and look at who he's got here. This is a great matching up from the red team. They put the condition removal characters over there to help Tayskin out, and they push is thwarted. Pushed away, moved to mid, but they do get the cap there. So good portal as well away from the blue team, and they lead the map back into their favour in terms of out-rotating their opponents and even pick up a nice kill on Xeonix. So a good out-rotation there. Simple, but effective.
Yeah, absolutely. And Super Smash now.
But an easy decap mid.
See, as I'm
so
saying
well,
that,
just lose mid like that.
Going to be able to grab that one, and it's going to be a Trusty going down though, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get the res. Looks like Thiskin is going to be there
too much
to try and pick it up. He is going to be able to get him back onto his feet, but how much have they committed to this one? Because Thiskin is incredibly low as well. Doesn't have his heal available, but he's going to be able to get away from that one. Anka looking to try and join this fight, but he's actually 1 versus 3 right now. The rest of his team needs to come and join him on the gate right now because he cannot do this on his own, but the rest of the reinforcements are starting to arrive. But elsewhere on the map, Zuik getting fairly low as well. Dank seems to be the target of everyone. Zuik just jumped on down.
Like showing a sword off, apparently.
He's doing like the Spider-Man landing where you put on armor. Yeah. But Dank actually desperately trying to get away from this one, but there's about a million Condis on him, and he looks like he will be going into downstate. Trusty is going to drop as well, and this is bad news for Morgans. As look at this, Dank trying to get back up, and they are going to be able to get the res in the end, but a Trusty does go down in the end. If they can trade this for Sling, then they're in an okay position, but the res might be there. They can try to finish this one off. Dank looking for the cleave as well. Just needs to get a little bit more off, and they are going to be able to get the res, but Sling is going to be denied in the end, and it looks like he might just be cleaved out and finished off. So really nicely played by Morgans.
Yeah, unfortunately, while that was all going on, we saw Stillness coming out. Are they going to go for the res again? No, they're getting really close there, but nice cleave coming out from the red team. We're actually going to see another res coming out as well. But Sable able to get away here. Now they're just going to hold the 2-cap, but the thing is they've still got Stillness ticking through,
4-cap, yeah.
And they've got that 4-cap coming out. So the lead that the red team had, very good, but they're being out-rotated at the moment, which is really what is going to bring this lead ahead for the blue team. 2 kills. They need to make sure they take advantage of this, more guns, and try not to stake too much in this fight at the moment. They've got another member in downstate, take Amster as well, and nip over to this orb. But the thing is, they can't go there yet, because they've still got respawns coming out. They've still got a lead here, so it's not too bad for the team of more guns at the moment, but I feel like blue team's still got some control here. Look at Sling. Even going to potentially get the decap. It gets the nice chill on Tayskin as well as the cripple, which keeps him just about on node.
Yeah, so isn't going to be able to quite get that decap. That would have been an absolutely massive decap if he could have got it as well, but not quite able to grab that one for himself. But we're going to have the +1 here, and Demon actually in a little bit of trouble right now. Already has to use his heal, but he's not that tanky of a player. Tayskin? I don't even know how to say that name.
Tayskin, yeah.
Tayskin, that's it. He's going to join the fight +1 that one, but it's 3 versus 1. Sling elsewhere has gone down. It was over towards the temple, and he will just be bleeding out slowly but surely. So Morgan's definitely with the advantage. Yeah, Moa does come out, but
nothing is
going to go downstairs. The buffs are going to be spawning in 10 seconds, and Morgan's get a decap on the Altar. They're looking for a 3-cap.
Yeah, this is a good job from them. Now, what are they going to do, though, with this 3-cap? Are they going to just stick with the caps and just let Tranquility kind of go through. They're not. We are going to see the 1v1 happen down there. And Dank is actually going to go for a free stillness. Oh, that's a lot of pressure onto the team of...
yeah, that is a huge amount of points going to be coming in with the amount of control they have on the map. However, the gate has been won by Super Smash, so they're going to be able to at least get one cap on the board, but when these points are racking up like this for more guns, you've got to start to ask questions for Super Smash on if they're going to be able to pull themselves back in this game. They need to regroup and work out what the goal is. Sling turned into a mower and will be executed. Can't get his heel off, and here comes Zuik to look for the res, and actually might be able to get that one. Sling gets back onto his feet. Zuik immediately turned into a mower as well. But now they're looking to try and get this altar, and they're going to be able to get at least the decap right there. So now we're going to see Super Smash with a little bit more map control going on.
Yeah, Xenix just wants to go for Temple now, potentially, and group up with his buddies. They're in that 2v2 there over towards the Temple, but they realise that decap is going to come out. Sable needs to really haul it down onto mid, although he gets approached as well by Zuik, and they're going to go for the portal. And look, Zuik's still hanging around and gets back over towards the altar, of course. Good job from him as the Elementalist, and also Sable as well. Not sure where they're going to head to in present, although that's actually me.
Yeah.
No, this game is so close. Why?
Yeah, mine's disconnected as well on that one. Let me just double check. I'm still on the internet on Skype and things, so we're going to have to just really quickly try and get back onto that server. No. So we'll be back with it in just a couple of seconds. So bear with us momentarily. Unfortunately, disconnected from the server mid-game. Fingers crossed the players haven't been disconnected. That's actually a very close game between these.
It is. I really need to hurry up. Come on,
load screen.
It's okay. I love looking at the mess. It's beautiful, but I just want to get back in there as soon as possible. And here we go. We're just logging in, guys. You can see us doing it right now. The speed of light is not with me right now.
Or ever.
Thanks, mate.
Well, to be fair, if you could move at the speed of light, you would actually be dead, because the human body is not designed to be able to travel at ridiculous speeds like that. But we're loading onto the map, and that's the key thing. And we're loading with the speed of light because computers can travel at high speeds. But we're back into this game. It is Morgans against Super Smash. Morgans with a huge advantage right now. Yeah, they're winning the game at the moment. Dank as well going down over towards the midpoint, knocked back off node by the Revenant of the Blues, the red team there as well. We are going to see over on the other side of the map, red team doing a good job doubling up onto Amka there, not having a much of a chance, unfortunately, either. And it feels like maybe they're missing the Mesmer at the moment, missing that mobility as well, as Sneakjar is protecting Tayskin pretty bloody well. We're going to see Stillness coming up there again, as that is the recap of Stillness potentially coming out for those team members. But at the moment, this is the game of more guns. Go rocking it up with the Stillness. With the 4-cap and the decap over on mid. Unless we see some miracle tranquility right now, then it is going to be the game going the way of more guns. And if we saw that would be one hell of a game. But it is going to be, in the end, going the way of more guns. So good victory for them, but honestly, very close game between these two teams. But the team positioning and matchmaking at the moment for Blue really needs to be on point. And like you say, this could be the game they come back in, because there's no Stillness for more guns to bring in. But look at their map movement at the moment. They're doing things differently. They're pushing that mid-fight again, and they've already gone for... no, haven't actually gone for Sin. They're actually going for Amstar, different target, putting him over towards the side, and they're looking for the fight straight away, bringing it right to them. And Amstar is absolutely getting wrecked at the moment. On down, and I believe he will be finished off as well. So good fight coming out from Morgans, and they're going to be able to take the advantage here. Yeah, looking good for these guys at the moment. This is very odd not having a shot. But yeah, at the moment, Dank is just trying to move away, but doing a good job at staying alive is Demon, as he just rallies around him, grabbing that stability, of course. In the end, we are going to see that he's not going to be brought back up. You say that, he does actually manage to get up. But he's okay, as I look away from my screen. Trusty managed to grab hold of that one, and Dank is going to be able to jump away from this one. Oh, I need to... have we not got an overlay on? Can we put an overlay on this one? Because I can't actually get rid of that properly. But we are going to see Dank dropping into downstate, and Demon tries to get the res, but also will drop as well. So Dank going to be finished off on this one. This is going to be great news for
back in game,
Super
Joe.
Smash.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
We've got Jebro back in game.
You can switch
so
it back over
we'll
to me
swap
now.
back over onto Jebro's screen so you don't
Doing a
have to deal with
fantastic
my awful, awful camera work. But
You're doing a fine job, sir. Fine job, sir. Probably people will say that about me. But anyway, let's go over towards the midpoint now. Xenix. Actually, no, we're just going to drop into his perspective here as he gets dropped over in Rhodes, actually, between the Henge and the red team spawn point there as well. As they go over to I trust you, actually getting put into Moa form.
And things are coming out.
Things are being switched around right away by the blue team here as a little bit of an orange logo comeback comes out from these boys. I mean, why not? Sling the brother of Rom, of course, on this team, doing a great job at the moment of coming back into the map. And now Tayskin is even looking, I think he's actually just wondering why he's over here in the first place as his teammates do start to respawn. So a bit of a distraction tactic. Good job from him as we do see the red team move Mesmer also pushing back over with Tayskin here, potentially to try and push them away. But now Tayskin almost gets taken out fully by Zuik there, dropping him down to about 20% HP. But if the engineer does have the slick shoes, he brings them out, and Zuik could get punished here unless he's very, very careful. And Tayskin trying to get that extra damage off is going to get punished as well by the incoming anchor, as well as Zuik dropping up some extra damage there. Stealth Gyro does try and move him away, and now he's going to have to... Oh, nice thunderclap there actually from Tayskin. It's just forcing the hand of Zuik to be a little bit slower over towards that node.
Absolutely, and now Dank trying to get some damage out if he can right now. Does get forced into Reaper Shroud though.
Oh, nice pull.
Pressure over here towards the Henge now as he tries to +1 this fight, and that should maybe secure the decap right now for Morguns if they can keep in control of this fight. And Amstar is going to be going down. That is going to be the Henge decapped as well. So Morguns now in the driver's seat if they can keep control of that node.
Yeah, Tayskin needs help fast, really fast, because he's lower at the moment as well. Has to go off node. Elixir S procs for him, and now he's going to have to cart away as much as possible. Nice rocket charge puts his distance between him, and look at the support there. Good job from Demon. Is it going to be enough though, as Zuik might be changing back into sword shield, sorry. But that is really good play from Tayskin in the team. That whole movement from mid, going over to Henge, great portal play, as well as some great survival from the team. And more guns are playing an absolute corker at the moment, and Blue could not rotate fast enough to keep up with it. Only problem was they lost the mine, but at least they've kept the lead that they've got.
Yeah, absolutely. They did lose the mine, but they kept themselves alive so they can at least keep it neutral. They don't just lose the fight outright.
They're really
trying to escape right there.
They're using the foliage of Forest very well at the moment. Demon dropping quite low over towards the other side of the map. Doesn't have a massive amount of cooldowns left as he gets his overcharge out from water. But Sling goes down as he drives the line of sight, but now really commits to this res. And actually, they do get Sling back up. So now, as the cooldowns come out, even Demon's going for some damage on Sling now as well. But the 2-cap comes out as everyone bails off node, I think just for a moment to try and get the pressure on Sling. But they get the cap there. And that's unfortunately not great for the team. And Sling goes down again here. Really got the focus on Demon at the moment as he's so key to this team's survival, of course. And Dank trying to make his way over towards this mine might actually die in the process.
In the meantime, the midpoint has been captured by Xenix, and look at this, Zuik down, Amka incredibly low, and more guns are turning this one on. They're only 20 points ahead, but they're looking to turn this into a victory. 2-cap still here though. If the blue team of Super Smash can hold on to these two side nodes, they're in a fantastic position, but the decap comes out onto the mine, and it looks like 2-cap might be here for more guns. If Super Smash need to make something happen right now because they are running out of time. There's 5 minutes on the clock, but there's only 90 points until more guns win.
That shout just completely traps Anchor on the side there. Good damage as well. And the Necro actually on the blue team is going for the kill over onto a Chieftain here to try and give them that 25-point bounce ahead of this red team, maybe forcing it into a late game boss defeat to actually maybe, is anyone going to get the steal here? We're looking at Zuik to try and pick up the cheeky Svanny steal.
He's looking for
Oh my god! He gets the
ahead.
beautiful steal with the double boss kill on the sides, and that's good work Like, you could see that coming from a mile away. Why are red team initiating that where they know where the flipping Revenant is? That could have been a big mistake, but maybe they felt they had to go for it. But they've got the 2-cap. They can still win with it currently as it is, and blue team don't have that in their back pocket to make sure they pick it up. But Zuik does go down elsewhere as well. Was the double boss kill enough? I don't think it was, especially as they lose Zuik right now. And if Amstar goes down here as well, they're going to be losing out on this game at the moment. This is big. This is a big decision they have to make. What do they do when they go for Zuik? But we do see the Moa coming out onto Dank. That's great, but they don't want him to go down here. Anchor comes in for the res here, and this is powerful. No, it's not. He's going to drop completely here, and blue team members still going to the caps, but more guns are not making the mistake that other teams have today, and they've not left those caps open.
It's not quick enough though, because there's only 2 points remaining, and Morgans are going to take the game with only 10 points difference between these two teams.
Winning this game would be a huge boon. No pun intended.
It certainly would, and we'll have to wait and see. And honestly, this game is going to be super important in terms of finals seeding for these two guys, so we'll have to see if they're going to be able to take this one. Both teams going for their side nodes to kick things off, and we're looking like Zan might be able to contest the henge if he can get there quick enough, but actually going to circumnavigate that one for a little while and just running up the wall, and now he's going to go and contest as we see a 3 versus 3 over towards the henge, and then 1 versus 1 on the other 2 points.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people being very careful at the moment. They don't want to be taken out so early in the game that they have to they give their opponents that extra boost like so early on. So Mankow's just standing on the side supporting his team while the rest are starting to disengage actually now, and Zan just moving up towards mid, as well as Karzez just making sure he equals things up. Target probably should be up on mid right now, although he actually just nips onto Zan as well. Does have to pop that gyro off, and really should do obviously as well, to negate a lot of that damage that's coming in from the Revenant, as there's a big defensive ability for him to use, and actually gets away there. But Zan's still being trailed down from behind, and he's not really got much left. He's got his heal, but Karzez still trying to chase him. He uses his surroundings very well. Jade comes out, I do believe, from Karzez to make sure he's frozen in place there. So good job from Karzez, just trailing Zan down, and he's not able to do much at all at the moment. He's literally just running around the cap, and he's going to die soon. He's distracting 2 members though.
Absolutely, and in the meantime, TCG have managed to grab that mid node, so they're starting to stack up points for themselves. You can see Oracle doing his very best to make sure the same doesn't happen over towards the minor. Will completely neutralize that point once more, but Levin has managed to find the decap, and Draza going to challenge him to a 1 versus 1, but Texby is down right now, and we can see Mancow looking to try and get the res on this one, but he's going to be denied, and Texby should be finished off the back of this. So good play coming out, but Fraze is incredibly low as well, and actually Fraze could go down to the downstate. Texby right there. I don't know if it's going to happen. Texby just finally dropped. Mancow looking to finish him off. He can't quite get it though. The res should be able to come out right now. Fraze so close to getting up, and he does do so. Mancow can't quite finish off the stomp, and that is going to be TCG just about winning out that fight.
That's the problem though. Like, he gets him into downstate. At least that gives them some time on the rest of the map to get people back into position as the respawn comes out as well. And to be honest, Mancow made probably the best decision he could in that, and actually got him down, and the focus wasn't on himself, and they've got the point contested. They gave up some points obviously with that death from before, but things are okay, and well, and Oracle is grabbing that point over on the mine node at the moment, and now midpoint is being contested currently. But it doesn't feel like rank 55 are winning much at the moment. They're kind of contesting, getting caps and just out rotating TCG, while TCG you're actually getting some nice kills down on the map. Just as I say, that fray drop's quite low, but Texby also gets dropped into downstate over on the midpoint. They could just they're going hard on for this kill right now over on mid. They still get the decap as well. Miniature portal comes up from Helseth. As we see, I believe that was the Oracle as well, coming back over towards mine. So double portal there from both players. Wasn't miniature at all. But
Karzez, though, is getting in a lot of trouble. Goes into that downstate over towards the henge, and this could be the fight going the way of rank 55. They've already won the mine, though, so if they can get both these side nodes. In the meantime, you're absolutely right. Texby goes down in the mid, and Draza should be able to pick up that cap for themselves. So it's going to be 1 apiece. But if that henge goes the way of rank 55, they could find themselves in the lead in this matchup, and looks like that might just be the case for this one. The 2-cap the way of rank 55, and now it's going to be how rank 55 decide to play this one. However, you can see
Nice
got Lord
contest
Helseth
on
going
mid.
for the decap over towards the mine.
Yeah, contest on mid as well. And red team are just moving very, very quickly before reactions coming out from TCG, who are quite slow at the moment in terms of their own reactions. We're already seeing red team almost getting the upper hand, but they don't. And mid has actually TCG have answered the call extremely well over on the midpoint and have come in for this team fight. And now Helseth is able to come in with those boons and with that push to make sure they get the damage potentially and the cleave onto Oracle. But look at the drop. Oh no, this is where rank 55 used to do. And when they committed so hard to rezzing, they have been dropped in the past before season 1. And fortunately for them, they don't go so hard on that res. And they do come out, but not unscathed, and they need to be very careful here as so many conditions are lumped onto Texby. He is next. He is dropped down into downstate, and now Zan on the other side looking to try and pick something up. Well, I think he's going to go for the decap. Yeah, he definitely is. Thunderclap as well. He needs that decap to bounce him off. But can't get back onto the point. Good job from TCG.
Yeah, really nice denial from TCG, and that was like the definition of cleave when we saw Oracle go down, and immediately half of rank 55 health bars just get dropped away, and they have to back away. And TCG doing a good job to take control of this game, and now it's all for rank 55 to pull themselves together and find a way back on into this match. But here we go, 2 versus 1, I think, over towards the mine. And if rank 55 can get a kill here onto Helseth, then they'll be in good stead. But it looks like he's got some reinforcements as Fraser entered that fight as well. But here we go, 2 versus 2 over towards the Henge at the same time, and it looks like rank 55 are looking to go towards the midpoint against Zan, down to less than half his HP, 5 seconds until he has his heal available.
No, it's not going to be enough.
He's trying to kite around, but he's running out of time. Does get turned, or just get like minimized right there as he tries to escape. He's going to be able to get his heal away, and the Henge still in favor of rank 55, but I think we need to take a look over towards that mid fight because Draza is into that down state and could be in a bit of trouble. Will get finished off, and rank 55 with the advantage.
Yeah, indeed. As we drop back into this mid-fight, like you say, everyone starts to migrate over. Mancow does pop through the portal, actually, just getting the decap over on the mine now as well. As the lead starts to dissipate for TCG, not many people moving over to that position, and they're going to grab themselves mid and the mine now for rank 55. They've completely...
3-2 cap.
They've moved... Yeah, I mean, I think their movement there was very questionable from
just
TCG.
Like committed 5 men to just getting home
nothing.
Back, basically.
They actually got nothing.
Home back
they got nothing at all. I feel like that movement there, I mean, they've got to pull something out really interesting here. I mean, out-rotating in the future before, you know, that movement was very questionable. But I think red team now are actually lost in the roads because they're not moving people around fast enough. We've got this fight happening over on the side here on the Henge, as well as mine, which has been lost and is being contested, but it does feel like rank 55 do have some control here, especially while Zan's on that side of the Henge, because normally he survives pretty well on Henge. He's pretty strong. I mean, you know, not being mowed though isn't going to help him at all here. But Frey is dropped into downstate. No, there is a res coming out, but it's very weak and does get dropped in the end. But red team members are quite low, but Zan can drop out of this fight if he needs to, but doesn't need to. They got the kill, and TCG got nothing out of what happened over towards the midpoint and the move out. I really want to go back and just quickly and just look at that.
Rewatch what actually happened.
Because I'm not sure I can believe it happened, because it was a mistake.
I honestly am not 100% sure on that one. Text me and Mancow now in a 2 versus 2 against Kazas and Draza. But the thing is, look at the health bars for rank 55. Across the map, they're slowly but surely losing out on these fights. Levin now just desperately trying to kite around, but he might just be about to go down 1,000 HP to work with. Does manage to heal himself up. We'll finally get dropped, but Zan is going to be there to pick him back up. So they do manage to keep those members on the map and get back on into the Henge.
Yeah, that's what, I mean, Oracle is rescuing him, sending the Revenant away. He's going to be reset there. He's going to come back into the fight and he's going to be fine. So they've saved themselves over there on that side of the Henge. That was really well played by the Mesmer, and it was a good job, nick of time as well, because he just went down. Downstate, portal over towards mid for the other team as well, means they get the decap cap on the keep as well. Now, Mancow, we should be able to see a potential death here on Karzes, actually. It's good support from Mancow, means that Tespi can just full-on push. Comet comes out. That's not going to do much there. unfortunately, as the members do start to move away.
But even without the kill, they managed to get the cap on the mine. So rank 55 still ahead in points. They've got a 50-point lead right now. And this is a super close game. We've only got 6 minutes left on the clock.
Indeed,
and our highest point score is 235. Texby has been knocked into downstate, but as has Lord Azura. That is going to be Lord Azura taken down first, but Texby is going to follow shortly. So 4 versus 4 on the map right now as we see Oracle looking for a decap in mid. Draze is going to find the mine though. And actually this could be really good news for TCG, but as I say, that keep is going to be decap. Henge still in the favor of rank 55. And they could be looking at a 2 cap right now. As we see the 2 versus 2 starting over towards mid. Mankau goes down though.
Yeah, Mankau down mid is very, very important for the TCG to come back here, especially grabbing that mid node in their own favor. Oracle porting back over toward mid will keep it in a 1v1 between himself and Frey, and that's a good 1v1 to be in, especially if he gets the portal back down below, and they want to bring Zan back up into mid, and they want to outnumber this quickly, and that's going to give them a massive boon here if they can do it. But the thing is, the Oracle gets stuck on the side. He does use that distortion, of course, to bring himself out of that on the shatter, and that's going to help his team push back into this fight here. But that's a good answer to TCG there. We see another portal coming out from the team as they move back over for a potential push over towards Henge maybe, but they're just team fighting at the moment, just in the roads.
Yeah, I love
this is going to be
the
big
portal play that we're seeing come out of both these teams. The Moa is going to be absolutely huge, and Frey's is going to be dropped. Oracle looking to try and finish this one off, and I don't think anyone's going to be there to save Frey's life. Oracle now just going to be kiting away, and this could be good news for rank 55 if they can use this advantage for something. Helseth as well, so close to going down, manages to get himself on out of that one and gets his heal away. But Zach's still tornadoing around the point.
Just flames Helseth on the other side, and he doesn't want to get involved in that. I mean, if you're supported as well and you've got a push, a nice tornado can really get you a nice cap, at least the decaps and the contest there very well. Drazit needs to be very careful here. He gets the nice blast in combination with his heal toolkit ability, which gives him a little bit of extra healing with his teammate as well. He's got his oh no a miniature dome there, a miniature defense field, and doesn't get his heal off, but that's a big cooldown to be taken, the Elixir S proc, but it does get a nice slick shoes off potentially up here as well, as Levin is really stuck between a rock and a hard place. Does get downstairs, but Draz is still very low as well as Kaz is. They need support here, and they need it fast, but the Elementalists is over at mid. They've not got the matchup they want on this point at the moment, Joe.
Yeah, Kaz is going to go down, and there's about 1 million conjures on him. He gets finished. Draze, he's been kiting for so long, but he's not really been able to affect the fight for that entire time. Now manages to heal himself up and should be able to rejoin the fray, but Texby is so incredibly low. He has to survive this one, but he's gets through the portal over towards mid and will be able to survive this one. Lord Azura got Moen as well, and he jumps back into the fight over at the mine.
Moa.
Rank 55 with a 70-point lead and a single cap advantage, but they're looking for the 2 cap as they're going to be able to grab the mine for themselves, and this is looking really good for rank 55. TCG have got their work cut out to be able to pull themselves back into this game, but Oracle might be the next person to go down, just desperately trying to survive. Doesn't have his heal and will get dropped in the end. There's nobody here to pick him back up, and will slowly but surely get cleaved out on that one. And now Zan over towards the middle of the map. He's going to be there with Mankau, and they need to decide what the next call is, whether they extend to try and get mid or whether they just hold these side nodes.
Zan's going to jump on Helseth and does get a days off actually in the end. Is he going to take him out? He does. They get the nice rampage movement onto Helseth, as well as being sandwiched there by Texby, and he's having none of it. There's going to be no res coming out there as the gyro gets the glorious stomp. And good job from rank 55 to finish this one out, which is what they're doing right now. And that's survival from the mine node with Texby and Moa with a distortion portal to mid.
Yeah. Moving
back through as a Moa. It was just lovely to see. It was just good effort from rank 55 to keep their members alive. But the support's been there for them in this match. This is a different team with both of them actually playing completely a lot better than they did in their previous series today. Moa comes out on this node, but that's got to be game with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, surely.
Yeah, I don't see a way that the TCG squad managed to get as many points as they need in what time is remaining, and the decap over at Keep is only going to seal that victory even further for rank 55, who look like they might just be able to get enough points to win without the timer clocking on out. But look at the health bars from TCG as well. They're losing out this fight in particular. Draza seems to be the target, but Levin actually suffering a little bit himself. Does get his heal away though, so he's going to be okay for a little while, but actually he's starting to run out of cooldowns at this point. He needs to be a little bit careful, needs to use that healing wave maybe just to top him and the rest of his team up. But Frey's now going to be dropped into that down state, and there's nothing that anyone can really do to stop him going down. That is going to be the game, with the 3 cap going the way of rank 55 Dragons. And after a super close match for most of it, rank 55 1 up as we head on to Legacy of the Fire and TCG. They've got a mountain to climb to beat the rank 55 Dragons, our season 1 champions, and we'll see if they're going to be able to do it as the starting split begins.
Yeah, indeed. Red team very reminiscent of a TCG split on that side, other than Oracle going to mid actually, and Helsef does disengage from that, chasing potentially Levin, who might actually get sandwiched here, and they do switch up there in the matchup.
Azura's looking like he might get mid for free at this rate, but he is going to be answered in the end.
No, they do.
They get it for free.
That was questionable.
I'm not 100% sure what that was for rank 55. Levin maybe needed to react to that one a little bit sooner, but at the same time, Texby starting to get this waterfall, so they should be able to make it 1 cap apiece at least, so it's not the end of the world, not all doom and gloom for rank 55. But the battles have begun across the map, and it looks like there's a bit of a skirmish going on over at Quarry. Frey's taking a lot of damage. Yeah,
he's not got he's going to have Reaper Shroud up quite soon actually, to be fair, so it should be okay.
Oracle,
Heals off 25 seconds. Yeah, Oracle downstay over towards midpoint as well, has been caught out. They're moving they're moving a lot between these 2 side nodes actually at the moment. Texby comes in for the potential res as well here. He needs to be very careful when he's doing that, but Zan comes in as well, should have the gyro res up, does get out as Oracle does get taken out here, gets pushed to mid, and this is actually really good for TCG now as they separate Levin and Zan, and they move out to the sides. Now, unfortunately, it does look like we've got Mancow, who is very much stuck in between Karzes and the Mesmo, who's just got off the Moa. A nice thunderclap as well from the engineer, and they're going to catch Mancow out here unless they're very careful. He uses vulnerability coming out from the focus on the Fortune and gets stability. So in the end, the team do rally around him to protect him, and actually nothing comes out of those big cooldowns used from TCG. In fact, Frey is going to die if he's not very careful.
Exactly. With those cooldowns on, they might be in trouble in the next couple of minutes of fighting. We'll have to wait and see, but Frey's definitely going to be the focus target. Trying to get his heal off, does manage to, but he's only on 5,000 HP. Gets his Reaper Shroud off, though, which will keep him alive for now. Over towards the quarry, you can see the skirmish continuing, but Frey's Reaper Shroud's run out, and his health bar might have as well. He's continuously been channeled.
But nothing left from Azura to help him out, and the focus is still on for Frey, and it should be. And he should drop here. He's in Reaper Shroud again. They're rotating very well, and slowly but surely, we do have Frost ready for Frey to come out, but he's not enough in the end. They jump down for the res. Are they going to be able to get it? I don't think so. If they commit too hard, they will go down themselves, and they don't want to do what the teams did earlier on in the day, which is exactly how rank 55 took advantage of that win. And Oracle here, not able to get much out of this quarry fight, but does in the end come back over to the node and is going to potentially get the full cap here. But Helsef dropping through that portal. Interesting movement again.
Yeah. But I mean, they're going to be rank 55 are going to be happy with that. While obviously they don't get the cap on the quarry, they get the decap, and that's the crucial thing. So Civilized Gentlemen, all this time though, have been building up a lead. Helseth actually in a lot of trouble, gets turned into a mower and will get dropped. Look at this, there's no one to pick him back up, so he will just end up dropping in the end. Kaz is trying to get over there, but he's not going to be able to, and actually he's out of cooldowns as well and could be in a whole heap of trouble. Azura gonna get there and heal him back up though, so saved by the bell
and they lost their mid, everything that they got from mid as well lost, but the thing is, at least they're pushing elsewhere and they've got pressure onto Dispy. Yeah, they've got, at least they've counter-pushed elsewhere to counteract what was happening over on the rest of the map, which is good. They've got the decap here. They had some nice pressure on Texby, who's not really got many cooldown downs left at all, which is why he's had to jump over here and grab himself some line of sight. But the line of sight he's grabbed enough. He's got Reaper Shard to really give himself some protection, with still loads left in there, and can operate with some nice forward momentum onto Draze, who drops very low himself, has to get out of there using that sneak gyro and just standing on the stairs, still getting feared as well, unfortunately for him. But Texby is dropping. It's only got 2 seconds left to Reaper Trap, but that's not enough. Mancow on the side to try and get the rest. Do they get it? They do indeed. So good job from the rank 55 from surviving, but good anti-pressure there from TCG as a push over to Waterfall.
Absolutely. Frey's trying to escape now, but Texby doesn't want to let him get away for free and will try and chase this one out. And the decap has come out over towards the mine, but here we go. 2,000 HP remaining as he goes into Reaper Shroud. Frey's surviving from this fight, but Zan is not letting him escape. He's going to chase him wherever he may go. And look at the spread between mid and Waterfall right now. Ridiculous.
Look at the protection that came out from onto Zan from Helseth there. We saw the Moa coming out, which not only protected him, but able to get some nice damage onto Zan. Of course, Rocket Charge with heal combination and the blasting that comes out and the support that comes out from teammates there gets Zan right back up to full HP. So we see these swings coming out from both teams, where it's going to be probably about 300 points or so, where we see someone starting to break out, and that breakout could be a Lord kill in all honesty.
Yeah, for sure, because there's only 30 points between these two teams, and the side notes have been captured once again, but it's one apiece. Frey's now the focus target once more. I feel like I've said that a lot of times this game.
Always the neck.
Does manage to get his HP back up. Levin is going to be giving him a hard time as Oracle heads over towards the middle of the map, and we've got, I think, 2v2, 3v3. I can't even see with all the illusions that are going on, but it's complete chaos over towards the midpoint, and Oracle decides he's going to go and try and push one over to the Waterfall. Changes his mind though.
Yeah, we've got Levin versus Frey here on the other side of the map, and I don't think Frey's got his armor up if he's actually was using that in the first place. I think you need to double check. Port comes out and Frey moves to mid, which was really needed as soon as he came out of that shroud, and that's a good swap out for Helseth, who still has some cooldowns available to him. Whether or not he is going to stay there, he's going to challenge this. I think this is a good move from TCG. They're just rotating bodies out, and they're making sure their cooldowns are fresh and ready. So they're able to, challenge in different places. Now, Lord Asura can hold in this 1v1 for a good old while. He can rotate around the side and just line the sight. But now Mancow is in the team fight, but Asura isn't. So really, you should give this a rank 55 in terms of support in the right places.
To wait and see if that's going to be the case, but it looks like they're winning out. If you take a look at the health bars from TCG, they're all starting to drop. Draza just desperately trying to escape from this fight.
No, he's so
close to making it into his base, and will be able to do so in the end. Good news for them, but it does mean they've got one man that's just not in the fight at all, and the decap comes out on the Waterfall. So this is rank 55's chance to catch up in points, because TCG are still 20 ahead, but that lead is closing by the second right now, and actually also almost getting the cap in mid. Oracle going to be chasing Helseth as he tries to get over towards the quarry. He's going to look for the decap, but he's not going to be able to find it as everyone reacts.
He's going to move to mid. He's got portal. They switch out again, and they're just moving the people from side to side. They get the easy decap. Oracle isn't fast enough to get back through, and they get the old switcheroo. But the thing is now, what are they going to do? Are they going to double up and try and get the fast kill here on Helseth mid? I mean, maybe, potentially, as it brings out the shield 5 from Oracle. But they get the decap, because I believe we saw a bit of distortion coming out, which means no cap points come out, unfortunately, and they do lose mid. They grab themselves quarry though, so not too bad. They managed just by the skin of their teeth. They're winning this at the moment by 6 points.
Yeah, 7 minutes left on the clock. We're over halfway into this game, and still just basically 200 points apiece between these two teams, and this is one heck of a matchup. And TCG definitely, you can see, do not want to go out of this one without a fight, and Zan now going to be the target as he's trying to just win out this team fight, but it's 3 versus 3, and both teams doing a very good job to just stay sustained in this fight, not to
dancing around this pole at the moment is... It's not ring a roses.
You say that.
It could be.
It
feels like
it.
Me, but we've got this switch up between quarry and mid, which is happening constantly. But this team fight over on the Waterfall is very important. But trying not to get too involved on it at the moment. So try and pick up Zan. who is one of the focus targets here actually, and drops very low, using the line of sight very well. Moa comes out into Frey, and that could really be impactful if they try and get this kill here. He's got hardly any cooldowns left as well, as far as I know. He's got Reaper Shard coming out. He has got his heal off here, but they need to be very careful when he comes out of this that they don't push too hard, because if they get the reverse damage back onto them when Zan is safe, Frey's going to be the next target, and he's going to be dropped.
Oh. My goodness, look at the score right now. 2-3-2 apiece with no caps on the board. This could go absolutely any way, and there's only 6 minutes left. But Zan, look at his health bar. He's definitely feeling the pain in this
look at
fight.
Mankal's
He needs
situation.
people to help him out, but Helseth actually getting quite low as well, over in that 1 versus 1 at the midpoint right now. Oracle and Helseth just matching each other blow
But
for
Frey goes
blow.
down. He's the target, Sid, which probably will be taken out here, and Lord Asura has to pump out all of the support to bring his team back up, and they don't risk the res. That's really good. I actually think that's a really intelligent decision, but the problem is they're going to drop low elsewhere, and they're actually pulling off point here, going back into base because they don't want to die, and Kazes goes down as well. But the thing is the Lord Asura here should have pushed out with them, because they needed that extra heal push as they went back into the base, and he still had his heal off cooldown. I really feel like then if they were going to do that, they should have just pulled Lord Asura with them. I feel like that could have been just a beneficial, because they can roll to mid now and get Helseth down. He's in Moa.
Yeah,
Texby
Oracle
wants
very
this.
low, but there's no one there to finish him off, and will get healed back up. Helseth desperately trying to escape, is going to get slowed down, but Drazza goes over towards the quarry. There needs to be an answer for that one, and Oracle is too low to just port over there himself right now. Needs to be very careful, in fact, as he's been kind of hanging around that low HP point for quite some time, but he's just hanging around the very edge of the fight. Fraze finally has found him, and Oracle just going to try and kite away, stay with his team and keep safe. A nice blink onto the bridge is going to get him away.
Good phase retreat from the Oracle there. That's the difference between probably your ranked Q mesmers and everything else. It's pro players knowing all the different port points. So make sure that they are getting themselves successfully to safety there. So good job from him, like you say. And now, again, still a 1 cap apiece. Lead goes to about 30 points, though.
Zan was very, very close to going down there, but does get some support from his teammates and will pick himself back up. Drazza is in a lot of trouble right now. He's incredibly low over towards the quarry, and I don't think they're going to let him get away with it. Asura is going to be there to heal him back up, though, so Texby can't do anything on his own right there. Helseth, you're absolutely right, is in trouble over towards this midpoint. Has his heal available, so should be okay for now. Mancow here on the midpoint, and the rest of the rank 55 Dragons joining in this fight as well. They have a 30-point lead right now, and there's only 3.5 minutes left on the clock. TCG, they've got to make something happen if they want to get back into this game. I really think this might be down to Lords.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for that opportunity to come out. I believe you're right about that, but we're going to see a Moa coming out onto Asura, and he needs to make sure he survives this situation, and he does get chilled as well as crippled moving back, but Drazza does a good job at removing those conditions with the elixir gun there, helping out with the support. Lord Asura helps me so much, so why don't I help him out? But unfortunately they do lose the cap there, but it's better than losing the player and eventually losing the cap, because they need to survive this game now until they're almost at a Lord Rush, so they need to be extremely careful. Kazes is dropping extremely low on the other side of the map here as well versus Levin. And if Levin gets off a nice precision strike, he's going to be taken out. Doesn't, unfortunately.
He's losing the 1v1. Levin is looking to finish off this 1 versus 1 against Kazes, and he will be able to do so. So Levin kind of showing his dominance right there, and he's going to be able to secure the waterfall for his team. That is a massive swing in favor of rank 55. Now a 50-point lead for themselves, and there's only 2 minutes and 20 left on the clock. They don't have time to play with TCG. They've got to make something happen, or they're going to lose this series 2-0. After such a close second game, they can't let the score end like this.
Yeah, Frey's coming in for the +1 versus Texby. They need the cap. They have to have that cap if they want to go for Lord Rush, which at the moment could be their only way to state their claim. But look who's going Lord. Levin's just being a cheeky sod. He's going right for that Lord Rush already, and he's not even waiting for his team to come back out here. And is anyone going to join him? No, they don't need to. Apparently, the Lord is just going to be taken out solo. Is anyone going to assist anyone? There we go. We get some assistance coming out from Kazes. I can't get a focus target on the Lord, unfortunately for me, because I don't know if Levin's got him as a target. He's got Kazes as a target, which is only right. Blue Lord He's still very, very low, very high health at the moment. Might be worth keeping a watchful eye on him. I'm not sure this movement from Levin is key at the moment, because, you know, he won that 1 versus 1 between himself, but the rest of the team with red are going through the portal over towards the Lord. But the thing is, Levin is so low now, we need to see the man cow push to make sure he's going to be up to high HP as well. But Levin's just going full man mode onto the Lord. He doesn't care how much HP he's got, and I don't think TCG are going to be able to defend this, as the HP just drops completely of the blue Lord. He gets taken out, and that is rank 55 Dragons to 0.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next Monday.